Okay. Day 3 of hoping this properly shares because, oh, there you go. No, yeah, no, it works. Awesome. That's good. Also, upon using the OBS features, I now know what my keyboard sounds like on stream, and I'm gonna be real, that's actually kind of heat. I actually really like the sound my keyboard makes, clickety clack. I also adjusted the sound where I can have the AC on and you can't really hear it. And if you do, you're a wizard because I could not hear it in my headphones. Maybe it's just, ambient and or the same sound overplaying and thus I can't hear it. But I think that's really good. If you hear any snoring in the background, that's Stella. She's having a great time on the dog bed back there. Let's see. Is my thing working properly? That's always like a good thing to test. Ooh, hold. Professional. Know what I'm doing. Trust. Ew. Okay. I am super quiet, which is expected. So what I'm gonna do is move my mic auspiciously closer to me. Let me see what I hear back. That's better. Yeah, that's better. I don't know if that's exactly the volume, but it'll take 30 business days to find out from scrolling through them. So I guess we're just not gonna know. Which is chill. I'm okay with that. Maybe some things I don't need to know off the bat. Anyway, so we're rejoining that one save I made. As my literally I think my last stream, which is kind of depressing to think about it. Dinosaurs is what took me out, but it wasn't the dinosaurs. Okay, it's not personal. I had a lot of stuff going on, and it's kind of evening out now, so I've got a bit time and whatnot. I was doing new roles at work, and that can whip me out. And then I had a change in medication, which absolutely wiped the floor with me, guys. I don't, you think it won't matter or it won't be a big difference, but nah, that took me out. There is no recovery. But we're gonna get back into this save. If I'm remembering, I have shader packs on this one, so it'll even look pretty. I'm still a little nervous about the concept of a catch and release program for dinosaurs because I'm sitting here like, how am I going to keep them in the area and or keep them from killing each other? But maybe that's the beauty of it. Oh, I forgot my floor was literally chests. Let's see, oh lord, and that and I had a gun. I forgot they literally gave me a gun in that starting package. It's good though, right? Like that means that they have guns here. Oh, I love this gun mod. I don't know why I didn't check that before, but I love that gun mod. We're gonna have some fun. I think I know how I'm gonna keep dinosaurs in line, but oh my god, look at him. Oh, bird. Oh, right, that's chunk. C is chunk, not zoom. Do I have a zoom? Z is zoom. Yeah, that'd do it. See, that is like auspiciously tall grass. Oh, the zoom does really good work. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna need to get this zoom on my other saves. Okay, well, there you go. Okay, yeah, no. Unzoomed. Alright, that's my waypoint. Let me look over the mountain. I think I've traveled over the mountain before. Oh, right, because it has that, like, outpost of sorts. Hello, bird. Well, I think I know how we're getting into the nether, am I right, guys? Okay. I think I need to lock in, because I don't actually know how to make dinosaurs with this pack. I don't think I have any dinosaur materials yet other than literally cooked mammoth for some reason. I think they started with that. They give you cooked mammoth for some reason. Well, let me see. Let's put some shee away. Lion's bait. Oh, right, because there's some random mushroom quest in here. I say it with love, okay? I like mushrooms as much as any of the other ladies, but I'm pretty sure it's like unfinished, so I can't actually do anything with the mushrooms. I should probably let me put all mushrooms in a different chest. I'll even put the regular mushrooms in the chest. Oh, tar fossil. I do have that. Right, that random tar pit that I think is over the mountain. Maybe I'll have to get into that again. Yeah, that's why. Okay, because I needed to... I think I came back just to come back, but I think I need to get a bucket. And then I think I have to, like, craft it over and over again. Do I have anything in these backpacks? I do have stuff in these backpacks. I'm forgetting where I got these backpacks. Yeah, it's an enchantment. That's not a spell book. Because I don't know if I actually... There's spells in this. It is this, like, the suggested mod pack. This is the prehistory mod pack on... I think I have it on Moderate. I don't know if it's on CurseForge. And I have been a bit shooketh by all the little thingies I find in it. We're actually going to keep that. You're going to go there. You're going to go there. There. I might need to start a farm. That could possibly be a good idea. I'll keep that, and then... Oh, I always forget that's a thing where you can just... You can glide across and it'll do stuff, or at least some mod packs will have it where you can just glide and then stuff goes in. It's not a feature in vanilla Minecraft, which always confuses me because I'm going, where are my glideys? But it's just not in vanilla. Alright, hold up. Okay, no. Now, I'm pretty sure the tar pit's over here. I think I know that because of this map section. What is that? Oh, we're gonna skew you. Why are you not hitting as hard as you normally would? One heart is barely what skeletons hit for. Ain't no way the iron helmet's that goated. Oh, I have a quiver. Oh, I don't have a quiver. It's just telling me how many arrows I have in my inventory. Wow, that's actually really sweet of it. I didn't think it'd do that. Okay, yeah, that's where the tar pit is. Did I stop accidentally? Right. Also, we live near Excalibur. I forgot about that. We do just have the sword in the stone. We're not cool yet, so obviously we can't grab that. But this is a really good location, you know? Hopefully when I start getting dinosaurs out here in the fields, they don't pick that up before me. But, you know, maybe they're just that goated. I fear that would change my outlook on life if one of the dinosaurs got Excalibur before I and my opposable thumbs got to it. That would really damper the mood. Oh my god, I forgot to turn that audio back on. Yeah, well, okay, y'all get to hear the game now, guys. My bad. I had turned it off so I could gauge my volume in comparison to other stuff, but I even subconsciously knew I was gonna do that. Wow. How disappointed am the... This is actually, like, really pretty. You know, every time I go into a Minecraft world, I'm thinking of where I want to settle down and the surrounding environment and what I want it to look like. And it always feels like so much more work than it is to, like, quote-unquote fix the terrain. Look at that. Oh, god damn it, they have seagulls. There we go. That's some sniping. I'm so confused at how it was just standing still in midair, but... Maybe it's just too powerful. Too powerful for me to know. Alright, I'm pretty sure I just bucket until... Oh, shoot. Is that not the strat? What can I do with you? 4 for asphalt. Eh? Okay, so we do apparently need asphalt, but it's literally just asphalt. What else can I use you for? Tar block. What... Is that it? Hold up. Tar. Aeronor. That's so cool. Thermogenerator. That's a whole different thing. Tar fossil. Okay, that's just a big gun. Is that all this tar is used for? I swore you could make nuggets of tar, but it's not looking like it, so I'm probably just misunderstanding. Okay, so if we ever need asphalt, I guess, we'll come back to that. That's just mud. Pure mud. Okay, yeah, every time. That is cave. Nice. Okay, I do have tar fossils, which I think is basically the only dinosaur making material I have at the moment. So I think I'm just gonna focus on that. for now, and then later I'll reconsider it. The sea glass. What is sea glass in this context? That, and did I misread that? I probably misread it to some degree. What is that? Is that driftwood? Or driftwood equivalent? Wow. Look at the sea. What are you? Are you just like one of those trees or one of those trees? Cool. Alright, well, back to base. How? Okay. That is not a squirrel. Like this, that is like almost half my body. That is like not, no. I don't think that's a squirrel. I think they're lying to me. Whatever they may have reason to lie about, I feel like they'd lie to me about. Okay, that's wild carrot. Let's get some of this. Hello. I'm meaning to start a farm anyway. Could be good. Could be good. We'll get. Ah, hell. Okay, no, we're good. They don't hate me yet. Didn't mean to hit it, but you know, I can't apologize now. Then they'll know I'm weak. Alright, that's that pillager thing that I have already got. Let's see. Let's swing it by this way. Let's do a little swimming. Bro, why do texture packs make, not texture pack, why do shaders just make everything so much better? You see this underwater shee? You see this reflection? You see all this? That is insane. Literal reflections in the water right now. That is, how do they know? How do they do it? Then I'm wondering how the more lower end ones can do similar stuff. That and or what is the lowest end texture pack the lowest end shader pack you could possibly make with it having very similar features to these bad boys? Because I'm pretty sure I did not check a high end shader pack in this. I don't what shader pack is this? Am I gonna regret going into this? Sorry. Complementary reimagine. I don't know how intensive that is. I know I would lag less if I didn't have it on, but it's so pretty that this seems worth it to me. Okay, this is worth it. High Excalibur. That's the salt cave that I think I even mined into. All the memories come flooding back. Super essential memories. I don't remember a lot of things about my general life, but I will remember exactly where I was in this Minecraft world 15 years prior. I'm confused why I don't have a door yet. I could have definitely probably afforded that, but I think I had it back before I had wood, and I think I still don't have wood. So that would explain why I don't have a door. A little silly, but you know, we got that. We also don't have a bed yet, which is not, oh right, this tree chop. I always forget. I've been playing vanilla Minecraft. Tree chop is such a legend though. I really like some good old tree chop. You're telling me I can get all of this from one log? Crazy business. That and not having to wait for leaf decay. I think that is the wildest bit that's in Minecraft, where the leaves decay and you gotta wait for saplings and whatnot. Maybe that is a reflection of real life features, but I am unsure. Right, I am a little broke. I keep forgetting that's for that. Okay, let's get a little bit more of these. We got all that. Oh right, I did have some birch, did I? I think I'm just mining. Okay, that side's kind of fairly lit. Let's get to mining. Actually, no. Let's do a task list. How make dinosaur? Very firm basics. We have fossil tar, and that seems like that would be something that I could make something with. What do I do with it? I can make an encyclopedia of prehistory, and I can use an analyzer for it. Awesome. So we're gonna make analyzer. Okay, so we probably can't make an analyzer yet, which is fine. That is the strat. What comes out of an analyzer, though, is a good question. DNA flask, what can we do with that? We need a cultivator for that. We're gonna get that in our lineup here too. And that Organic goos. How do I get goo? Slime, wheat, bone. Okay. Next question, how do I get slime? You can get it from glow grime, clay balls. Common overworld experience. Realistically, that'll be the best way to get tons of this. Honey and egg is really good though, so we're gonna get chickens and bees, I guess. So in order to try and cultivate any of that, we're gonna get flowers and a tree. Are there any flowers up here? Surely there'd be flowers up here, right? Right. Okay, awesome. You whore. Okay. Stop it. Bruh. This is embarrassing. I'm sorry, does he have plot armor? Bruh. Revolver works way better for this. Okay, can I figure out where I tossed my spear? Maybe I tossed it straight into the sun. It'll be fine. Alright. Yeah, okay, all pelicans are shoot on sight now. Alright. Really good reason to have a revolver, guys. Okay, I need a weapon of sorts. I do just have a wooden sword. Maybe we just use that instead, and instead of upgrading our weapons, we die young in the mines. I think that'll be great, right? I was going out here to plant some trees, buy flowers, because that's how you get a beehive. In case y'all didn't know, in vanilla Minecraft, to get a beehive and or bee, you gotta plant these bad boys, buy a flower, and that activates more chance beehive. Bam. It's good stuff right there. I literally just need one. Realistically, I'll want more than that later, but one beehive opens up the segue to all the beehives. Oh, hi, Sarsava. Aww. Hi, Sarsava. Hi, Sarsava. Alright, we're gonna answer in chat and then also make a sign. Hold up. Do I have wood? I have wood estate. I can make a sign. Hold up. I'm professional. I am very late though. I'm used to having it on stream. Chat isn't on stream today. Hi. Missed you. Hold up. I'm a professional. There you go. Hold up. I know how to read. We'll even give him more torches. Maybe you need more light. Bam. Bam. Sorry, I'm used to having chat on screen a little. It's not on this stream because aesthetic purposes. That, and I haven't streamed in a while, so I didn't really expect anyone to come on by. That and the way I set up chat is extremely annoying to set up. It is my op, my eternal op, mind you. Because I have to get the link from the actual stream once it's started streaming, and I have to switch the link out for my chat panel every single time. Which, okay, considering that the only other way is to like have an outsourced thing, it works well. But it was a strategy designed for, oh, I do have a bed. Why have I just been sitting here? I do have a bed. How did I not see this? But the way I do it is designed for if you want like read aloud messages and whatnot. It's to have like a certain section of it and then to erase the background basically. It's a whole thing, but it's not what it's normally designed for. Okay, and I need copper and redstone. I definitely don't have redstone, and I'm definitely not rich enough in iron for most, if not any of this. So I guess this means we just keep digging downward. Or we venture through this cave. I think I've already traveled this cave and found it doesn't have much goodies. There's literal emeralds, but I can actually make... Now, I could make a I was not so rich in the past, but now I'm literally rolling in it, so not rolling in it anymore, but you know, that's okay. Let's see. Let's get this guy. I just realized if I want to have villagers for this, I'm gonna have to find a nearby village or make a giant boat trek. Not gonna be pleasant for me, is it? Right, this is that other entrance where there was another portal. That's really good. Let's take some. Yeah, alright, we already looted all this. Ooh, gold. I will take that, I will take that. Do we realistically need this magma? No, but it's better than having to like go in the ocean or travel away and find some. Go back in this. See, well, I have okay-ish memory of other landmarks. I do not have good landmarks of the caves. Because I feel like everyone, when they mine, just like shuts their brain off and just does an auto-direct to the next visible ore they see when they mine. And I think that is my default situation. I just kind of autopilot. Ooh, this is where the crystals are. I'm forgetting what that's used for, but I remember the salt little bits being useful in some way. Do I have that in here? I do. Pink salt. Oh, right, because you can literally make gunpowder. That's why. Salted jerky, less exciting, but you can literally make gunpowder. What can you do with a cured membrane? Shadow frame. What is that for? What do you use a shadow frame for? That is interesting, but it looks cool. It's giving the vibe of those like framed blocks where you can just put whatever block you want in to like make it pretty, make it into that. But since that doesn't have a crafting recipe, I'm confused to what that would do. Because typically that's used for like stairs and whatnot. It's not used for solid blocks because, well, they have solid blocks of that. I do wonder. It does look cool. Like, it just looks like a cool block. Very, very clear. Very frame-like indeed. Let's see. All this coal and still not one piece of iron. Days are tough. Is it weird to consider making an iron farm in modern Minecraft? Oh man, I don't have a village either, so I don't think I can do that. Are there waystones in this? That would be helpful if there were, but I don't think there. Oh, there is. Never mind. Okay, that's really good. Me like that. That'll do some wonders. With that, I can travel between any village I want, and therefore I don't even have to bring them here. That's good. That'd probably be really good for them, honestly. Not bringing them into dinosaur territory would really improve the optics there. This is unfortunate though. I'm so broke I can't even make dinosaurs. Truly a tilted Minecraft economy. I have no dinosaur because broke. What is this? Why is this? Alright, wrong way. Yep, okay. I'm probably gonna want a lot of coal. I don't know what exactly I'll use this coal for yet, but there's probably gonna be a lot of smelting needs in the future. That's that way. That's back to where it was. Let's go a little deeper. Is there a sieve in this? Sifter, sand. Oh, literal boxes. Okay. I actually really like the concept of this cardboard box here. Iron ammo box. That actually seems really cool. Facade. I do like a facade. Exotic fruit loot box. Unusual prehistory. I'm sorry, there's loot boxes? No, that's crazy. Okay. Well, now I have to get one of those, clearly. Gotta get an exotic fruit loot box. Where would that even be? Is that through travel? Oh man, I could have an exotic. Where's my loot box? Hi, Sarsama. It's nice seeing you again. Glad you can hear. I hope you were having fun in Muted Town. Honestly, that's how I unfortunately enjoy a lot of my streams. Not my own, actually, technically my own streams, because I just have it running in the background. It's in case I come across any technical difficulty and I don't know what people are seeing. I can go and check that. That and for sound stuff, it's really helpful. But that's when I support my friends, I unfortunately half the time have to have them running in the background. YouTube tab muted. Truly sad. They all know because typically they stream at like oddly the most inconvenient times for me to be watching. Like I am actively doing something else extremely brainy. Up to offline, not too personal, just normal. Yeah, I got it. Well, offline I've been doing a lot of the same old stuff. Typically, when I was very actively streaming, I only really like played games while I was streaming, and right at the time that I got offline and stopped doing stream stuff, I had joined a friend's S&P, and they had just left YouTube, so it's not really like a place you stream at. So I started playing games offline again, and I got hooked on that with in combination to like being on new meds and whatnot. Oh my god, there's a chicken. That'll be really good. Okay, this is our gateway key right here. Hi sir, hi. Can we get like a single seed? There we go. Oh, free egg. Okay, yeah. No, you're already doing wonders for the cause right now, little man. All right. Now, if I put you in the house, you're gonna get out, but I do just kind of need access to you. So we are gonna put you in the house, and we're gonna give you a trapdoor on top of you. I need to change that trapdoor. Let's do that real quick. And let's put them in this corner. Hi, yeah, you are a friend? Yup, yeah, hi buddy. I'm gonna do that for now. He is definitely there. Just in case I forget the location of this chicken. I don't know how I would, but... Hey, no, okay, I did not actually stop hardcore. Actually, this is kind of embarrassing. Hold up, let me... Oh, no. Yeah, of course I'm kidnapping the chicken, but I didn't actually stop doing hardcore. I've been somewhat training, if you would. Okay, somewhat. Okay, it's not hardcore. I haven't learned the arts of war yet. I'm waiting for my Technoblade Art of War by Sun Tzu book to come in for that, but I have been playing hardcore actually, not on any of the saves that I have streamed. I did record some for the 11th World in the making. I didn't die in 10 yet, but I was fed up on stream and I stopped streaming, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make another one just to like train, to practice. And I haven't beat the dragon yet, of course, but it's a very similar setup to World 10 where I've got villagers, I'm trading with them, I have an iron farm. Like, that is the progress, okay? Of course, I'm, again, stuck right before we get into the nether and whatnot, and so I'm just kind of sitting here all antsy, like, oh, should I do it? No. But, you know, it's tough out here. I mean, yeah, technically I have been washing dishes once a week, but I have a new position in my workplace now. So I'm actually in the kitchen. I was never supposed to go into the dishwashing role, but that's where they were hiring at the diner to which I wanted to work at. So I became a dishwasher for that, just to get like a foot in the door. They still have me dishwashing like once a week, but the rest of it I am in the kitchen, making shee, so it's not bad. I am now like third chef, if you would. But yeah, I definitely still wash dishes, because I'm competent at it. It's tough out here. You'd be surprised with the amount of people who just don't understand the concept of washing dishes. Like, TMI, but we had one of the dishwasher boys, to which is, like, has been working there for, like, a couple months, maybe 3, who literally, like, just last week threw up in the fucking sink, which, okay, maybe I'm sounding outraged, okay, they weren't feeling great, but they were behind on everything, and then they had thrown up in the sink they were supposed to be washing dishes in, so that was a whole thing. I literally had to scoop, because it was already clogged with all this food, and then he additionally threw up in it. I had to scoop with gloves on, of course. I'm not a monster. I had literally scooped this out to unclog it and get it drained so that they could Clorox it. Literally insane, okay? And the fact is, he didn't tell anyone he did it. I had someone walk by and go, I'm pretty sure your dishwasher threw up in the sink. And I was like, what do you, what? So I had to go up to this guy and, like, be like, hey, are you okay? And did you just throw up in the sink? Ah! Professional dishwasher racing, good for you. I know you're trying to, like, get me to get back into it, but the stream idea has been set. Trust, okay? Hi! Hi, Clippy. I would say your full title, but that's like saying first and last name, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. What is that? Why is that color? Oh, I think it's because it's seeping into that, surely. Oh, is that? Oh, it is. Holy smokes. I didn't even... What version is this? Hold up. What version what version of Minecraft are they on? Oh, 1.20.1. For dinosaurs? Holy smokes. I didn't know I was that cool. I am not playing RLcraft, as in the title and the thumbnail. I have the mod pack. It's Prehistoric World. It is currently on Modrinth? I don't know if it's on CurseForge, but it is for dinosaurs. Mucho dinosaur. I haven't got that far yet, mainly because I'm broke, but I'm thinking, what if I run away from my farm life and go find riches? I think this is a great idea. That's for Unearthed Journey, which is unthing. I think that's... We literally go back in time in this mod pack, I'm pretty sure. I can't survive 5 minutes of RLcraft. I feel like you're trying to backwards encourage me, and while I understand, I know I can't survive RLcraft. Can I survive more than 5 minutes? Yes, I can survive more than 5 minutes, but I know RLcraft. I do know my limits, okay? And RLcraft is a different beast. It does have my favorite mod in it, though. Ice and Fire is truly, like, my favorite mod in the entire world. If I had to pick what mod to live and die in, it would be RLcraft. I'd be down. The dragons are so cool, man. They got all this lore and all these features for all of the creatures you go by, and I'm just saying, that's pretty wild. I love RLcraft, but I am not that cool yet. We do have a gun though. Like, we just dead-ass had a revolver, which I think is what made me love this mod pack the most. I booted up this world. I had the starting chest just because I've never played this mod pack before, and I'm like, oh, what do they come with? And it literally gave me a revolver, which is crazy, okay? I think that's one way to let a girl know you love her, is to include in your mod pack the ability for her to be armed and deadly in this world where you can make dinosaurs. I feel like that's great. I don't think I know what oh, what the heck? Hello, little mushroom people in the dark forest. I don't know blasphemous. Blasphemous? I don't Pimush? What is that? What is that word? Cause are you trying to say like blasphemous? Like blasphemous? Blasphemy? I think that's it, but like you can say blasphemous. I just don't know how to spell that at this time. Cause blasphemy is this whole thing. Say it and someone in the nearby area will clutch their pearls. You're probably saying some other word or some kind of content thing that I just don't know what it is. That's a bridge. I was hoping it was like a rich bridge that I could rob, but obviously it's a broken bridge, which I can't rob. You know, it's tough when my only option in this poor place is to literally like leave and try and start a new life. What is that? Is that? Oh, it's the torches just from a distance. They just look like light blobs. Okay. Isn't that great? I'm looking back at my own settlement going, is there money there? What is that? Oh, that's the salt stuff. It's just different color. Ooh, sir? How are you even here? Please, could you, like, please? Look, that is, there we go. A little embarrassing. I missed a couple shots, but that's okay. But I don't think I know what that is, unfortunately. Or maybe not unfortunately. Maybe I don't want to know. See, I've never dealt with the creaking or whatever, but I've always been, like, hesitant to walk into those areas. I like to keep, like, a reasonable distance, just because it's an unknown to me, right? I love that the birds dive so hard. It's really nice. Do I know what biome this is? Is this more? High grass, oh plenty. Huh. Right, huge clover petal. This is interesting. I don't know how I feel about the very, very tall high grass. I should not be in the high grass. I feel like all my survival instincts went out of me because this is a dinosaur world. It's a terrible idea to be, like, you gotta get through the tall grass. Like, don't run through the tall grass. That is one of the code number ones of survival, and I'm out here frolicking. Oh, it's such a bad idea. Oh, are those meadow trees? Those are meadow trees. Ooh. They're so pretty. Amazing game you should play. Adds another 2 lists of your games incomplete. Look, man. Look, I feel like you're bullying me right now. I know I start a lot of things, and I really do. I start so many things and I don't finish them because I get, like, lost in the sauce. I'm pretty sure I just need to be, like, properly medicated, if you would. My therapist literally works under the guise or under the opinion that I have ADHD, but obviously she can't diagnose that and get me anything for it, so she's just like, hey, between you and me, I'm pretty sure you've got ADHD and we're just gonna, like, pretend you do for the sake of therapy, and that's been so helpful just for someone to actually be like, we're pretty sure you have this. Obviously, I'm not, ooh, this is definitely something that'll kill me. But this is how we get rich, okay? Hold up. I don't have a bed on me. If I... Oh, is that a village? Okay, we'll go to the village, and then we'll address whatever that is. I think that'll definitely get my but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. All joke aside, a very good game with good lore bosses. Ooh. Okay, here's the question that gets them every time. Is it 2D, 3D? What kind of D are we talking about? What kind of dimensions are we working with? Because I am unfortunately notoriously poor conceptually with non-3D things. Like 2D I struggle with enjoying, which is sad because there's cool games like Terraria, and I do have Terraria, and I have played Terraria a reasonable bit, but I can never fully get into it because it's 2D, which isn't me saying it's a bad game. It's obviously great. It is fun when I can get into it, but it's super hard for me. I am weak as one I am weak. Okay, I am weak. I like how I don't think they can get into that bedroom upstairs because of the carpet in front of the door, but I guess I shouldn't have expected more. Did you know that villagers can't really walk over carpet in most case scenarios because it just makes it slightly too tall? Like, we are under 2 blocks tall. Like, we're not exactly 2 blocks, so we can go through this. But with the slight raise it gives to villagers, they can't go through these doors. Which I've always found funny because, of course, people include people include that all the time. Where are we going? Oh, also, another one of the things that I've been doing while I've been offline is I've been trying to recreate all vanilla village structures. Okay, you know how when you boot up a modded Minecraft and you just want to upgrade the very basic Minecraft villages just in general, and they're either literally just having vanilla villages, or it's like literally medieval kingdom core, and how all the versions that they're on for that are like, it's all so sporadic, so you can't even, like, you have to pick between having just vanilla or the kingdom come when selecting what kind of upgrade you want to do. Is that string? Oh, that is interesting. I did not know there was such thing as cobwebs in this like that, and I kind of scared of that. We're not gonna mess with that. But you know how there's just like no in between basic vanilla village houses and literal kingdom? I want to make that in between. I want to make it to where it's just slightly better than vanilla, and you know, not obviously the kingdom come. And so I've been doing that. I've been working on the plains villages, and my main hiccup right now is worried about how they will generate together, because I'm pretty sure the size and dimensions of the original houses matter for like having them be generated, which is a huge concern. Could we sleep, please? I know the shaders make it to where it doesn't look like I need to sleep, but I definitely need to sleep, and I know it because it's the sun is setting, please. But there we go. And I think we're gonna keep the bed here. We will do a little stone tower, and then we're gonna die in battle like a man. Actually, probably a really bad idea. I don't really have gear for this at all. Do I have? Okay, we're gonna make boots, and then we're gonna make a shield, and then we're gonna die with honor, I guess. It'll be fine. Like, surely this is not the most dangerous foe I've ever faced. Yeah, I've met my mom. This is no danger at all, of course. Granted, I literally have a revolver. Hold up, we can just shoot them. Okay, hold up. Where's the entrance to this bad boy? This is like, okay, I was worried the entrance was on this side. I'm like, that's gonna be super inconvenient. This side, of course, it's the very last side. Over literally this, okay. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Ooh, no, don't do that. This is a really good spot, actually. Oh, hell no. Okay. Guys, we're gonna be fine. I'm not a coward. I'm just... They are literally shooters. Oh, right, I have keep inventory on. I didn't want to give myself a heart attack in this world. Well, I feel like even more of a loser. Do you see how fast this bitch... What the hell? He's a turret! Okay. Can I just make him shoot himself? Is that... Okay. Titanianite nugget. What can I do? Holy... Okay, so that makes sharpness. This literally makes sharpness. Holy shoot, okay. Reasonably, I don't think I can make my wooden sword get sharpness, unless I can make my axe get sharpness. But, don't know about this. Okay, so this is literally, we're so cooked. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do this with this kind of armor, which, you know, maybe should stop me, but I think we got that. Granted, I feel like such a loser because I have keep inventory on, but you know what? Minecraft is in fact meant to be enjoyed, believe it or not, and I always forget that. Let's see. We got that, literally. Yep, okay. Bro took 2 shots to the face. I don't think I'm making it this year. But why do I keep attracting the stormtroopers? Can we please? Please let me get your There we go. Okay, we're fine. This is fine. I don't feel fine, but it's gonna be fine, surely. Yes, this is my favorite gun mod, and they literally, this mod pack gives it to you in the starter chest. I'm mainly worried that brother took, like, 2 shots to the face. Okay, we got white knights. Okay. If we keep this door closed, we should be fine. Unless, you know, more archers come by. Okay, could we get... Hi! I'm gonna choose this, because I have 2 pieces of armor, and their archers are literal stormtroopers. I don't know why they're knights, okay? I don't ask the questions. We're gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine. Of course it has to be fine. Okay, I'm definitely gonna need another thing here. This is gonna be fine. Let's see. Oh, that's okay, there's an armor set in there. Okay, hold up. We can become the White Knight. God's supposed to, of course, okay? You just gotta, you gotta get into it. It's gonna be fun. Okay, yeah, no. I see that coming up behind me. Not nice. Not nice at all. I just hope more don't spawn. Like, that this is the cap. Okay, there's armor here. Okay, yeah, hello, sir. Yeah, we're just gonna... You caught me at a vulnerable time, okay? This is... Okay, I need helmet. I don't know how much this gives overall, but obviously it's fairly okay. I need a weapon, though. That would really... be cool if one of you could drop your sword, good sir, instead of taking it into the void where you go when you die. Okay, what is that? That's 3, 2. Okay, so this is a full improvement from my OG armor. So now I'm literally a knight. Let me just check everything in there. Okay, a knight with a gun. Okay, now we do not have a gun. We have obviously more thing. Okay, that's arming sword, longsword. Longsword seems good. Spear might be better. Attack speed. Okay, so this literally attacks better too. Okay, so literally the spear's better. I don't know what to do with this guy. I think it works just as a shield. Probably. I'm not sure. Alright, we'll be fine. We got that. I'm literally decked out, okay? Hold up. Could I get that? Okay, place this item in your offhand and your weapon in your main hand and right click to upgrade. Cool, we can do that. Offhand weapon and... Yeah, okay, that is sharpness 3, or sharpness 1. Can do up to sharpness 3 or some shit. Okay, so obviously we need more titanite so we can stand a chance. Hello? Oh, hello. Oh, we're about to be so cooked. Ah, okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're in the training arc, trust. I don't think this one works very well. I don't know what this does. Dueling shield. Okay, obviously we're not dueling, so that's probably actually a bad idea. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. It's it's like there can be lore that I just reappear suddenly in the sand. Okay. This is tough. Okay, stormtroopers are back. please. Just give me 1 second. I don't know if this does work. Okay, we're good. Okay. I fear I'm not him, guys. Like, I don't feel great doing this, because I know I am ill-equipped. It's gonna be fun. We're just gonna stare hug, I guess. There we go. We can cheese this legally. Hello, Bo Boy. I'm sorry. I bring shame to my family too. Okay, here we go. Hello. Just give me 1 second. I'll be back in like a minute. Alright, might have died. Keyword might. Chests up here. There's just this dude. Do they die from that? They do. Okay, so that's this middle tier taken care of. Yup, Stormtrooper Core. I hear you. Old. Okay. Alrighty, I have been handed tasks by the Taskmaster. I will be watching Greg, but I need to go locate Greg. We are back up to 2 dogs in the room. Bobby's probably gonna come by later and walk back in, but I need this door closed for right now. Hi, Greg. What's up? What? Hi. Hi. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Are we wiggly? Thank you. I appreciate the welcome. We have Greg now. Greg is chill. Not really chill, but you know, he's spirited. Hi. Yeah. Yeah, we're crazy. A little bit. Yeah. Okay. You be nice in here, okay? Yeah. You just need some attention. Oh, it might genuinely be low. Hold up. Because I am a little bit away from my mic at the moment. Are you saying it's been like this for the whole stream? No. Hold up, let me hear myself. It is kinda low. Hold up. I have it like this so it doesn't mess with the thingy, but hold up. Is that the volume or the pickup? Hold up. This is slightly more. But now you can just hear ambient. Which I'm always worried about. We'll keep it here for now. Typically it's even higher, but I had adjusted it prior to stream. Let's see. I do not want to hear myself anymore. Thank you. Let's see. Ah, fair enough. Oh, right. I was in the middle of combat. Give me 1 second. Let me get to the bed. So I really don't want to have to deal with default mobs as well as this. Okay. Let me actually change, if I know how to. I fear I might not know how to. Let me change the stream because I actually low-key want to do something else. Let me see. Let's do that for now. Is that? Hold up, hold. Y'all ain't even know. Whoa. What? Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. There we go. And let me fix chat. No. Okay, is that the right thing? That is not the right thing. So let's do undo studio mode. We're in the away. Let me fix chat. I do have chat up, so I can fix it. Pop out chat. That. Copy. Let's get the property changed. Let's do there, and then it should load. There we go. Let me interact, not top chat. We want live chat. There we go. That'll sit there for a second. Let me see if I know how to select stream. I already have the right stream selected. So open studio. We're gonna adjust what's going on in stream. I'm gonna close out our modded Minecraft here. And let me see, what do I actually want to do? I obviously want to do something. I'm debating whether or not I whip out Sudoku or I go and play the actual hardcore. I think I want to play actual hardcore. I think that'll be good for me. So let me open my regular Minecraft launcher, which is how I do that. I play through the normal Minecraft launcher so that I don't have literally anything on it. So really nice. We will play on the aforementioned 10 because, you know, I can run away from it all I want, but I should actually play the game. And I have a lot of extra time today, and even though I've already been streaming for an hour, I am going to be alone in this space for at least the next 3, and I haven't streamed in a really long time. So, could be good for me. Let me update, because I've actually been starting to use daily planners, which is depressing to admit, but you know, life's been tough lately. So I've done this. Sleep. I did do that. That happened, and then today is the 27th. So let's whip out that page. I'm a professional, guys. We did wake up. We did do my rabbit's meds. And literally, we are streaming, so that's nice. We'll even add that. I didn't even plan to stream today, but I was like, this is... I gotta start doing it again. So today is better than no day. Am I right, gang? Okay, so Minecraft's back there. Let me get back to Minecraft. There we go. Let me... Actually, let's not get back to Minecraft. I need to figure it out. I got lost. Yeah, okay. So, is there a way I can edit this? End stream. I don't want to end stream. I want to change the... Do I know how to? I do not know about the bitrate stuff. That's later problem. Manage. That would be cool. Okay, sure. Edit title and description. There we go. Could you be nice to me? Let me edit. Thank you. You know, it's tough when you can't figure out the new stream title. You gotta make it kind of clickbaity, but also true. Because I'm not sitting here trying to disappoint anyone when they click on it, but majority of my content is streams, and it's not at all condensed. So when someone clicks on the stream and it's not immediately relevant to the title, I always feel like I'm disappointing people. Oh no. Sesh. Hold up. Hardcore Minecraft Sesh. That's it, guys. I've done it. Okay, edit title and description. Can I change the thumbnail? I don't know if I can change the thumbnail. Can I? Question mark? That's that. That's that. Edit. That's title and that's that. Live chat. Okay, I don't need that kind of stuff. I can edit the thumbnail. Here we go. Change thumbnail. No, they have so much of my information. Why does YouTube only have so much of my... Oh, because it's that? Okay. There we go. Hold up. Let me see. There we go. I'm fixing all the thingies. There we go. I think it should be changed now. I don't know when it'll update, but it should be changed now. Gonna be fine. We're doing so great. Okay, there we go. All that's changed, allegedly. Always allegedly, never for sure. Okay, is my Minecraft loaded yet? It has. Okay, time to switch thingies. There we go. Unmute chat, because if we're playing hardcore, it's not that deep. There we go. Look at that. Okay. There you go. Now that's even in the right spot. Look at that. Okay. Very, very nice. Okay. No, they see my server list. Okay. So I've been playing on 11 in my private time, but it's not on stream. This is the one that is undied in, that was from stream. As you can see, my consistency with dying in Minecraft is very, very effective. Super, super cool. I've done it lots. I'm a professional. We're just gonna say we know what we're doing, because I think it's like a 0.2 difference of the versions that I was playing on when I started these worlds, because Minecraft updated in the time I've been gone. That's how you know it's been rough, okay? Minecraft updated in the time I was gone. How's Greg doing? Greg doing chill? Yeah, he's chill. He's hanging out with Stella. Okay, so this is the cursed land we are in. Okay, all my villagers are there. I know I have an iron farm back here. Yeah, in the back. This is a very effective iron farm, by the way. I like this. I like this. Ish. Me claiming it's effective, nothing. Granted, I literally just logged on. I probably had just gotten it, but it's gonna be fine. Alright, so... Forgot about this. This literally ruined my soul. I don't even know if this is the proper way to make this. I think it is, because there's... I'm forgetting if it's the proper way. I'm gonna hope it is. I'm gonna hope that's fine. Okay, so... Got all this. Okay. Oh, I'm back where I started. Okay, so I'm thinking we want to make a big old house. Okay. Big old house, mainly so I can keep these fudgers in a better place and maybe get them into better locations, which would be really nice. Why is my game so loud? That's surely not just me, right? There we go. A more reasonable volume. So I guess we're just gonna start breaking down houses. I know I should do productive things. I should realistically cave. Even though I don't think I need to cave now that I have villagers. I just literally need to trade them up, which is so boring, okay? As someone who's been trading up villagers for a hot minute now, it's so boring. It's literally the end of the world to trade villagers at in these trying times. It makes me think of that mod pack or data pack. I think it's a data pack. They call them matcha flavored that just came out, and like they've been advertising it because it's Minecraft for the people who don't want to grind, right? Like they don't want to have mob farms, so they change up the playstyle to where it's more rewarding for casual players. Oh, yeah, this is great. Thank you. But this is tough, okay? It's not even like it's hard. It's like my attention is just not grabbed, okay? I don't like that I have to have an iron farm to function in this world, okay? I don't want to have to trade villagers because it's more effective than going out and getting it myself, okay? If only I could be cool. I know I can play this game however I want, but I'm gonna still be upset about it. Man, alright, it's gonna be fine. This is why it's taking me so long, okay? I like making pretty things, and it's not rewarding to make pretty things, and it takes so long. It's a whole thing. It truly is a whole thing. It's gonna be fine. Surely it'll be fine. Nothing more fine than this. I can make it part of villager houses because it's super entertaining, super productive. See, I keep thinking I want to make a lot more content, then I realize I'm bored by the things I do. So, is it worth? Is it worth? I fear not. I fear it's not worth. Okay. It is nice to get an up close look at these houses, though, because I am literally remaking all of them in a separate world. Actually, is that the right? I don't think this is the right. Yeah, no, this isn't the right save for me to show y'all the houses I've been working on. I have to open and close Minecraft again because I use Axiom for it because they got the move tools, which are really convenient. Because I never make them right where I want them, or like in the lineup of schematics that I need to save and whatnot. I never put them in the right place for starting. That, and they have to have really specific boundaries. It's a whole thing. It's all such a whole thing. I finished reading Animal Farm by George Orwell yesterday, and let me tell you, one way to ruin your day, if not your week, if not your year, is to back-to-back, one, read very heartbreaking fan fiction that you kin to. I read Passerine, which is the Dream SMP fan fiction that's like literally beautiful. Do I use math? What would I use math for? For the schematics? No, I don't think I use math for the schematics. That is typically unrelated. Hello, sir. Am I getting goodies from this? That book is a joke? Is it? I don't know, man. Also, is that guy pausing this farm? Because this did work, but now I get to worry about the update making it not work. I already know another one I can do, but I'm sitting here going, should I be worried? I probably should be worried. Please. And I don't know, man. I felt very related to that book. Like, I felt like an animal in Animal Farm, which, you know, makes you sad a lot. Because that sucks, you know? You never want to be compared to a literal farm animal. But, yeah, no, no, I definitely feel like that. I feel like I am too dull to understand the broader situation of the world, and that there's not a whole lot I can do about it because it's so far removed from me. Like, there is basically almost nothing I could do in my day-to-day life. Well-written fiction, little story, but people use it to defend capitalism and criticize Soviet Union. Well, that is true. I felt that it more closely encapsulated the capitalist society we live in, though. Like, that was my thing. Like, it is a reflection. One of the big things in Animal Farm, I'm assuming you've read it, is the commandments, and how I feel they mirror the literal U.S. Constitution, because they changed the Constitution. And that was one of the things that made me so upset in my reading experience, was because I could see my life in America, my experience living in America, as reflected by that book, which is horrifying, specifically the commandments. And that is how it starts. It starts by them changing it and telling you, no, this was always the spirit of it, or you just don't remember it properly, which is so disorienting, especially when, in this book, I can, of course, see, I can flip the pages and turn back to when I was told XYZ, but, you know, you could always think, oh, maybe they misremembered it, or the narrator's wrong, but you can see, and you sit down in that specific time to read the book, and in that span of time, you do not forget what these animals totally could have forgotten, because it's been months, years, whatnot, from this event. But if you sit and read that in one sitting, you're gonna remember it like it was literally yesterday, not even yesterday. Well, yeah, I don't know the real life implications at the time when it was written, because I did not live in that time, and I obviously am not from Europe. I do not have a lot of European context, and the U.S. education system for education on specifically like a lot of overseas stuff without the lens of being from the perspective of American is very dull, but I think it very, very well reflects how, like, originally a good cause or a good situation can be turned into stuff. Because they rebel. They don't want to... They want to be have the fruits of their labor. And it shows the process of how that can be taken advantage of. How lack of an education can be intentional. How all this stuff and things. I was 14 along with 1948. When I was a lib, I was 14. When you were a lib? Should I be concerned? Granted, I don't know. I think a big part of the book was the separation that is given. Like, early on in the book, when they just rebelled and they were, like, trying to form their own government and trying to make decisions as a whole, they had this whole thing where it was like a two-party system, where it just so happened these two people who were the most like outspoken and the people who spoke for the rest just so happened to be, they had to be opposing each other. Like they're if one had this idea, the other had to be immediately against it, and it had to be two sides. Ooh. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, the world's kind of messed up right now. Not even kinda, it's definitely messed up right now. I feel shitty just because I literally don't know what I can do about it. I am literally some 19-year-old in America with not, I don't even have an education beyond high school, and I did that early because I didn't want to partake in it. I didn't feel like I was getting educated like at all. Well, do I have food? Did I put all my food away? I probably put all my food away. I'm just literally going around and running around. I am being super productive. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that one quote in the book where it is literally when they finally overthrow basically and or change all of the commandments they had made originally, and it's literally just the pigs walking on two legs, and all 7 of their original commandments are turned into just one, which is all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. I literally had to close the book. Our citizens were saved to French colonizers who came from another continent to slave us. Yeah, I really dislike human history. It's really just evil. It is hard to justify humanity in existence when beyond everything there are so many of situations like that where humans are just doing diabolical shit and just it's whatever because it benefits someone. It's not that it benefits all, it's just that it benefits someone, and that's somehow enough to justify it. Yeah, I don't know if this works anymore, but I'm also curious if they're registering that guy or if it's an update with Minecraft itself, which I can't tell. I obviously hear the zombie still down there, so he's obviously still freaking out. Our ladies in waiting. I can't remember where exactly these villagers are supposed to be. Oh, is this it? No, that's the what? Oh, hello guys. Okay, he's still alive. Nice. Could you move? I know y'all are like freaking out, but like, yeah, y'all got that. Yeah, okay, so they're still freaking out, obviously. I probably need to add more, because 5 is always better than the 3. But I think it's this guy who's throwing off the balance. Could you get in here? Just like, makes my life easier if I don't have to kill you myself. Yeah. First victim. Oh. Yeah. See, capitalism frustrates me because I'm sitting from the perspective that people like to uphold or put out that they believe that they have human interest in mind, like that they believe in the value of the human life, and I just can't get behind how they could then turn around and not value human life. Like, it's just crazy to me, okay? I'm really frustrated with why society as a whole kind of just skipped past providing basic benefits for all human. If we are like living on the idea that human life is valuable and that we want to prevent death of humans, like just as a concept, like we want to preserve what we have and continue as we are putting human life as like a center thing of like, oh, we consider this valuable or more valuable than say the environment. Like we consider this valuable and we make risks and we tarnish certain things for the good of like humanity or whatever. And if we're holding that belief that human life is more valuable than certain aspects or certain environmental things, if we hold that the human life in general is better than or more important than comfort, say, like if you are living uncomfortably but everyone's still living as like, you know, just hey, we have to sacrifice a little bit of comfort, say we get rid of toilet paper, you might be uncomfortable with it but it's like saving lives or whatever, then just as a concept, if we are valuing human life as some sort of standard of the standard is human life is of utmost importance and we're working with that, then you would think that they would just provide these basic needs for human life to exist, right? Like you'd think they'd just provide food, water, and housing, and we would work off of that. But that's not a thing, okay? Like countries don't do that. They do not provide the bare minimum for humans, which they claim are of value for lives, to be of the actual important. Like it's not actually important that you have food, water, or basic housing. Like that's not actually a priority to us, and it's only to the benefit of the few who can, what's its face? It's only benefited to the few who can have more than that, and it's so weird. Okay, I'm just so uncomfortable with it because what do you mean? Why did we skip that? Like, would the first course of action not be to make sure everyone has the bare minimum and then we move up from there? But it's just not. It's not. Because like I go through to my day-to-day life, I'm pretty sure I've got a few things going on, but in my day-to-day life, I'm sitting here going, I struggle with prioritizing stuff. Is that a villager? Why do I have this little bump out? Oh, it's the nitwit that's over there. I forgot about him. I should probably let him intermingle with the rest of or maybe that was cool. I'm forgetting why I have this guy. Hi, buddy. You want out? I forgot about Chin there. Me talking about human rights while I have my villagers like this. In all regards, I typically do not have villagers like this. Like, I don't like having village breeders or this stuff. Like, I literally, in that SMP style thing, I do not currently have villagers because I'm making a mansion, and they're gonna live in the mansion with me. They're gonna have their own rooms, they're gonna have all their amenities, and they are going to live free roaming in this big old mansion I build. And I want them all to be like masters of their trade, so I'm gonna max out their stuff, and they're gonna live in my big old castle with me, and that's my goal. They're gonna be free range too. I'm not gonna have iron doors or anything. The castle's just going to be so big and so juicy that I don't have to worry about them somehow wandering out and getting stuck and murmured. So, but I want them to live with me. I want them to live in my home, and they're going to be free range, and they're going to do whatever they want. But this is the exception and the cost of playing hardcore. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some jungle saplings and get a bunch. See, I knew this was going to be a problem when I got into hardcore, that I would just be floating around, because I don't like this gameplay. I don't like village breeders, and I don't like literally trading for all of my goodies, but it is the most effective way to do this. Yeah, but I don't know. It just the most frustrating thing about me in life right now is how we skipped over the basic benefits. Because you got a lot of politicians, and they're talking about humanitarian efforts and keeping people healthy, with like healthcare and whatnot. But I'm sitting here like so confused, because what do you mean? Why? If we care about people like that, like if we care, then why aren't we just providing the basics so that they can live? Like there's no reason not to, aside from wanting to exploit it for capitalistic gains. Like there's literally no reason to not provide the most basic things. It's so basic. It literally basic needs. Literally called basic needs, and yet it's not provided. It's not provided. Why not? Why not? What's stopping you? I understand the concept of cash, but we could have taken care of each other before we went and put it behind a paywall. Like, what are we? Why did we not figure out basic needs and then go off that? Oh, okay. So these guys obviously need to make more babies. I like that I have them farming for me, but I fear they're not getting riches. I feel like they're not doing the thing yet. I'm debating whether or not I give them a bigger field to work with. Okay. Clearly I need to, what's its face? I need to break down all these trees and make a bigger thing for them to stay in, and then I need to get a really big field. Super big field, okay? Massive field. It's the only way. being a capitalist in Minecraft is ruining me, okay? Mainly because I'm taking so much emotional turmoil from having to exploit villagers, okay? Yeah. See, I'm just sitting here from, like, the perspective of at what point is it not necessary to need more money? Because like, what are we funding with that amount of money? Cause there must be a certain point where being rich becomes, I wouldn't say annoying, but there's, like, only so much rich you can be before it just doesn't even benefit you at that point. Like, there's nothing more for you to gain by getting buckets and buckets of cash in. Like, how many yachts can you own? How many houses can you own? At what point does it become unnecessary? At what point can you not even enjoy it because you don't even have the time to enjoy it, is my thought process. Like, at what point does it cap out to where you are not having as much benefit as you could by just, like, slimming it down? Because I sit here sometimes, and I think I have, like, some hoarding tendencies, so I have just, like, a lot of little things that at one point made me happy, a lot of things with memories, and sometimes it's hard to, like, get rid of those things. But when I do inevitably get rid of things that I don't find use for, when I donate them to my local thrift store and whatnot, I feel such an immense relief that I no longer have to carry that with me, that I don't have to carry the memories, that I don't have to find a place for it. And I just can't imagine being rich and actually wanting to hoard stuff, like actually wanting to have that many properties without giving them a purpose or giving them away, basically. I can't imagine wanting to do that and striving for that when I don't need it, or I don't have a use for it, or I literally don't even have time to enjoy it. Like, some hobbies I just drop because I don't have time to do it if I consider them or put them up against actual hobbies that I've been doing for years that I've always enjoyed. Like, there's no like, I don't know how to do that. How would you do that? Capitalists? Okay, hold up. I'm catching up. Doesn't run. Oh Christ. Okay, we're getting some water. The yap sesh. I've been yapping too long. Okay, if a capitalist doesn't run after profit and do charities, it is only going to reduce his profits, leading to his competitors buying him and his mom and everything else, and it's going to turn him into a basic worker, and he's going to drop off the ladder. The only way a capitalist can survive is by competing and continuing competing, otherwise his competitors will buy him. Then this is why capitalists keep expanding. Never stop. It's basically just greed. It's the system. It is built this way. See, that's just so depressing, right? It's even more depressing that that the capitalist is literally just working to not become who works for him. Which you'd think would tell them something about the way it works, about the work that they are making other people do, or the work that they are incentivizing other people to do by being, you know, big tycoon guy. Which just sucks. They work so hard to be the guy to be someone who doesn't have to work for himself. Which just sucks, because what the hell? You'd think that would say something about them. You'd think that would make them want to do better for other people, especially the people who basically built their empire because they're working for them. They are putting in that work, they're putting in the labor that the owner themselves couldn't physically do. I'm gonna check everything in here. Okay. No, capitalists don't work. They just sit and play golf and collect their stolen profits. Yeah. The phrase "the rich get richer" plays in the background for an eternity. A final symphony. Yeah. Which just sucks, which is why I actually, like, really liked Animal Farm, because I feel like it reflected that properly. Because, you know, I really sympathize with the character Boxer in it, the really buff horse, to which basically just worked himself to death and then was, like, thrown to the slaughterhouse literally, when he inevitably collapsed from overwork. And I felt so bad because he didn't even know that's where he was going. Okay, he didn't even know that was going, and the other animals didn't either. And then they were later gaslit about it. Okay, like I just can't. Okay, like that broke me. Okay, Boxer was he just tried. Okay, and he did like have solemn questions about the stuff that was changing and stuff. Bro, Boxer was a real one, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get over that. Top 10 anime deaths that hit. Okay. Yeah, okay. Expanding is as easy as pressing some buttons on a computer to buy a factory in Africa or Asia that uses child labor, and he doesn't even know how it looks or like where exactly it is. Yeah. Yeah. It's just so frustrating because I sit here and wonder. Look, if I was to ever start a business beyond like content creation where I'm just doing everything, I would want to have like a bakery. I would want to make baked goods for people, but my only catch with wanting, if I were to ever become a business owner at all, it would be that I want the stuff to be reasonably priced. So I've actually been meaning to like do the math on what is the cheapest price I could put like a single cookie or a dozen of cookies to where it's still making a profit with labor included, like with all ingredients and whatnot acquired, like what is the cheapest I could sell it for and it still turn a profit, so I'm not like going bankrupt, but I could still like give jobs to my friends essentially for making cookies and shit. So that is like my one goal, and I'm sitting here really confused because I don't think a lot of other people consider that, because if I were to want a business, I would want everything to be reasonably priced. Like if I were to ever obtain real estate for myself, I would want to rent it, but I would want to rent it for as cheap as possible. Like I'm sitting here like if I were to ever become a landlord, I could not live with myself if the rent was more than like $300 a month. And even 300 is like one of those things where I'm sitting here going, but it wouldn't be like a shack. No, it would be like a full room, kitchen. You got all your needs met. Full room, kitchen, bathroom, all the stuff. But like I would be so upset if I were to ever succumb to so low to where that would be more than $300 a month. Because when I moved out for the first time, I lived in a coffin apartment for $350 a month, and it kind of sucked. Like I was kind of just lonely, but that was reasonable. It was the only thing I could afford with the kind of income I was making, and I had like 5 years of work experience by the time I moved out, mind you. So, yeah, I think Animal Farm reflected capitalism as well, because that's what I was seeing, right? I was seeing a reflection in all the current day media. I was seeing a reflection in the literal U.S. Constitution, which they are changing stuff for. Like, income tax is the 16th Amendment, if I'm not mistaken. And that is not something the Founding Fathers had done. And income tax is one of those things where I've been sitting here going, what the hell is that about? Why are we getting taxed twice? One when you make the money, and one when you spend it. Like, what's happening there, okay? And I'm looking at that from, like, a rich person perspective. I'm looking at that from, why am I, a poor person who doesn't actually get as much service from the government by these public services as a lot of other people would, maybe, question mark? Like, I don't personally get any benefits from the government. I never have. Sure, I drive on their roads, but that's, I think, like, the main public service I have ever used in my life, and it's always been, like, a begrudging point for me, because in order to participate in that service, I have to have a car. Okay, I have to have a car and I have to pay insurance. I have to do all this XYZ just to participate in this public service, this quote-unquote public service. Okay, a road is not useful to me unless I have a car, unless I am already at a sub rich category. Okay, because having a car is extremely expensive, and that's how I can participate in that. But they stopped making sidewalks. Okay, like there's some places have sidewalks, but like, I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying. Like, I already have to be X amount of rich to participate in the main public service I've used, okay? I would care more if it was sidewalks, through the jungle sidewalks, if you would. But it's not, actually. It's something that I have to already be ish kind of wealthy or privileged to use or to benefit from, which is crazy. Which again brings me back to, why wouldn't public service, why wouldn't an income tax be used for default housing? So if I were to ever, say, lose my job and not be able to afford housing, or if I were to ever get kicked out of whatever living circumstance I'm living in, if I were to ever have to choose between having food, water, or having shelter, I could fall back on, hey, public housing that is paid by income tax, by the tax I get because I work. Like, why would that not be used for it? Why wouldn't that be used for it? I understand the argument that it would mean no one would be encouraged to work, but why wouldn't you be encouraged to work? It's the bare minimum. It's only the bare minimum. But now that you have that bare minimum, you don't have to worry about, like, being cooked, basically. You don't have to worry about going homeless and being jobless and being like, you wouldn't have to worry about these things. So you could actually pursue these things. You could actually get a good career. But the only reason anyone ever goes, but this doesn't incentivize people to work, they would just be bums for the rest of their lives, is because the work standard, the jobs that they are able to acquire are shitty, okay? If they didn't have the risk of literally going homeless and literally dying because they don't have a job, they wouldn't take the shitty jobs, okay? And I understand that perspective, but you know what that means? It just means you have to give them better jobs, better opportunities. It means you have to have reasonable work hours, reasonable compensation, okay? If you have a business, if you want to have a business, you should consider, what am I offering my employees? What kind of actual incentives can I give them to where they want to work there? Like, you actually have to consider these things. You can't just give them shit and expect them to want it. Like, with the bare minimum covered, there would be a standard for work in everywhere. There would be a general standard of, you actually have to take care of your people. You have to actually give them a living wage. You have to actually treat them like human beings. You can't make them do dumb shit. And you have to actually respect their time. Like, it's so simple. Because I sit here and I used to work for Walmart, and I was always so confused to... I was confused to how Walmart made any money, okay? So genuinely, I'm sitting here in this grocery store, I'm looking at the stuff we have to throw out, I'm looking at all the waste, I'm looking at the amount of employees on staff. I'm sitting here going, how the hell do they make money? Like, I can't imagine making money with a grocery store, even though a grocery store is like a needed service. But, you know, if people just had their food standards met, if they were just given, you know, a basic minimum of food, you wouldn't need a grocery store, would ya? But beyond that, I was just always so confused to how they would make any money. I'm sitting here going, like, there's no way. There's, like, I don't understand. But no, of course they make money. They've got advertising. It's why they push for people to download, like, you know, apps for grocery stores, for XYZ. It's because they have advertisements, because they have sponsors. And that's a huge thing. Like, a lot of money, even in, like, the public spaces for, you know, the entire influencer space and for YouTube in general, for to be an online presence, most of your income is through ad revenue, which is so wild and so bizarre for me. It's a whole industry to just get names out there to encourage people or incentivize people to buy it, sometimes without them even knowing. Undisclosed ads are crazy, but it's a thing. There was that latest thing of, like, cheat busters or something, cheater busters or whatever, where they were running a bunch of undisclosed ads on people to, like, basically run on their social media, which is crazy. Anyways, it's a crazy world we live in, and Animal Farm for me was really a tough read, only because I knew what was going to happen next. Not because I'd been spoiled, but because I'm like, boo, roll this one again, I've seen it before, which is so depressing. So depressing. And it's just, you know, depressing because I can't do anything about it. I literally do not have a voice in this. I don't have a pawn. I don't have a duck in this pond, bro. There's nothing I can do. I'm not rich. I am not wealthy. I can only try and take care of myself, and that is the unfortunate reason why it's probably going to stay like this for a really long time, because everyone who cares and everyone it affects is having to focus solely on surviving rather than making it better. And that sucks. It sucks really bad because there's nothing we can do about it because we're so busy on trying to stay alive for another day, and that sucks. One good thing about it, though, is it seems like a lot of people are waking up and realizing they probably can't have kids in this economy. Some people are still doing it, of course, because they're not thinking about it, but I think it's really good that a lot of people, at least in America, based on what I know, are like stepping back and going, wait, I don't want to have kids like this. And a lot of women are stepping up and being like, okay, we're not having kids in this economy. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care what lies you spew. I'm going child free. I'm not having kids like this. This is not a world I want to raise a child. Not only is it not good for me, it wouldn't be good for the child either. And that's, speaking in lieu of like the current education climate too, which sucks. Which again reflects Animal Farm and the way that all the animals on the farm couldn't really read beyond the pigs, and the pigs took that to their advantage every single time. Every single time that they had more of an education, more of an opportunity to basically pull a blind one on them. And what the heck? Give me your wool. Okay, I'm thinking we're gonna build a pretty house here in honor of what could be communal housing. And we're gonna make it pretty because I think this will encourage me to play a bit more. Because I like pretty things, alright? I really, really like pretty things. And it's almost impossible to do. Okay, can I make anything of dirt? Mainly because I want a foundation and I don't have a lot of stone, but I do have a lot of dirt. And I'm sitting here going, could I mix the two and it look fine? But maybe I'll just suck it up. I'll excavate some random lot later. We'll put some gravel in there so we can make this go longer of a ways. Always fall and they replace the past suppression with a new one. That's the core message. And, given in that case scenario, I understand why it would happen. Of course, I can always sit here and go, I hope that's not the case, because if that's truly the case, if all revolutionaries fail, if it's just bound to repeat and repeat and repeat, there's no hope for me, right? Like, there's no hope for the world we live in, and I don't want to believe that, I want there to be hope for a new day. I want there to be a time and a place where a world like that can exist. Obviously, it's not today. Obviously, it's probably not going to be tomorrow. But I want that. Let's see. I think I want to have a farm on this side of the house. That seems like reasonable. We can have it like up against the thing and like 4 blocks out. So it's like a reasonable thing. Yeah, I always hope there's hope, but there's not, like, oh, I don't know. It's sad sometimes. Sometimes I think about it and it just, like, breaks my heart. Because, at the end of the day, I want to be able to do something about it. I want to instill change. We might live in it. Oh, I would hope so, man. My current goals in life are to make a castle where all the friends can live, and so I know they're safe. Safe in this world, safe in this economy. What are all the doggos doing? Hi, Stella. What are you doing down there? In the same life as this. I would hope it's the same life, because if there's been multiple, I don't remember any of them. Do you know about communism? Conceptually, yeah. I know how it's typically... I don't know what they did historically, other than that it's been, like, shamed, if you would. Which, I don't know. I don't have context. I didn't live in that age. I try and not to think of it like that, to think of communism as a whole, as it's this big evil thing, and it's like a machine for greed. I don't want to think of it as like that, because the concept of communism I really like. I think that's great. I think everyone works, put in their share of fare, and that gets split evenly. I think that's probably one of the only ways I could ever think of a kind of equality to be reached, is to be everyone's on the same level as each other. But obviously there are some things to which would be different. Like, different people would have to do different jobs because a lot of shit needs to be done. And that always brings difference. That always brings disparity. That brings where quotes in the uniform, like, like that final commandment, the only one they kept was, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. And that just, it's you know, a looming fear that if communism were to come back, it would, you know, be this repeating pattern. But, you know, could have just been bad apples. What do we mean by capitalists? Communists are anti-capitalist and they're capitalist. Of course, they'd be shamed. I know! But it's not something I've been able to talk about because, well, people always shut me down because of historical things. But I wasn't in his story. Believe it or not, I was not in any kind of commie country in the back in the day, so I have no context to what actually went down. And all I've been told my whole life is that, you know, communists are not to be trusted. Do not fall into their woes, which, you know, reflects the Animal Farm sentiment. But, you know, I don't know what happened. All I've been told is that, you know, greed takes over or whatever. But, you know, considering the capitalist society we live in, that seems to already be the case. So I don't really know what they're on about. But there's not a whole lot I can do about it as of right now. What am I doing? I need to get more iron tools. How's the iron farm doing? Been documented historically. I would hope so, but I never know what's true because I wasn't there. That and there seems to be like some historical disparities, but I don't know. The concept and definition of communism, I fuck with. I love that. I love that conceptually. That seems like a really good idea, and it seems like it would fix literally all problems you could ever have. But I've also been told that because of how it's went down in historically or whatever, of what specifically happened, I don't know. I unfortunately am not a scholar to have as much information as I'd want to about communism and how it happened, what happened, how do things. So you disbelieve in history books? I don't know. I've never read them. My education was extremely sparse. I have an American education, if you would. This is ultra skepticism. I am very skeptic because have you met my government? Have you met my government? Let me introduce you to the American government. Of course, I'm going to be a little bit skeptical. I always have to wait for the other shoe to drop because they could just be lying to me. It could be a bad book. It could be literally so many things. Why we believe in history books is because all ideologue. Are you sure? Yeah, no, I sound super paranoid right now. I'm sorry. Coming from an American who lives in America, of course I'd be like this. Okay. I am personally never sure because I was not there, but I understand that is not the most effective reason to have doubts. That is not okay. So what do they say happened? Because if they agree on what happened, why are their reactions to it so different? Of like, oh, this happened, so we should do this. Why is there so we should do this always like so different for some reason? If they can agree on what actually happened. Ah, okay. Well, see, that's confusing because that would. Why would they conclude different things from it? If we can agree this was bad or this specific thing happened, why aren't they agreeing on the steps to take? It's giving Snowball and Napoleon, okay? I'm just saying. Just saying, two pigs arguing, always having to take opposing sides just 'cause for some reason. Only for Napoleon to use Snowball's plans. I'm just saying, it's giving Animal Farm. Hi, Greg. What are you doing? Do you want to hang out? What's happening? Where are you under my desk? Are you trying to bother Stella? Stella is perched under my desk on this ottoman that I have that sits and is typically my footrest, but it fits her perfectly. So she also sits there sometimes? Hi, Greg. I know, stop eating me. No, they can't erase history or lie about it. Are you sure? Especially with the internet day, that would be harder, but especially with the internet, shit like AI is making fake shit or, like, you know, giving incorrect answers. I think the part about that is I'm worried they could 100% erase history, especially now with how information is acquired. It's not just sifting through books anymore. It's a Google search, and then if you don't dig deep enough or you don't put enough effort into finding out the quote-unquote truth, you could just instantly be told something wrong. What are you doing? Buddy. Buddy. Why are you trying to eat me? I would just like to say Greg is truly a menace, because he does just try and eat you. There is no respite. What do you want, buddy? Ah! Stop trying to eat me. What are we doing? Bo. I think he's leaving. I don't know why he was at the door but not yapping. Okay. Okay, heard. Go get him. Granted, I have to watch you, so actually you can't go get him. You have to stay in here. I'm evil. What have I done? You can just say World War II didn't happen. Yeah, that is pretty much what I'm expecting to happen within the next 100, 200 years. That is shit they'd lie about. I'm just saying. Okay, so we're a little cheap, so we're gonna use oak stairs for our floor here. Well, actually, hold on. Maybe I can use this for the roof. Never mind. We're not gonna use oak stairs for the floor, actually. We're gonna use slabs. It's gonna be fun. You can't just say. I meant you can't just say. You could, though. Now, believe it or not, but free will is an unfortunate thing. I would not put it past any government or any. I would not sit here and go, they wouldn't do that. They totally would do that, okay? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not good that they would do that. Of course it's not good they would do that. It's evil that they would do that. But I would not put it past any singular government system to lie about World War II. Yeah, but you could totally just say that though. After X amount of time, who could even like prove you wrong per se? Especially if you make the setup enough. If you set it up enough to where they wouldn't have the information to prove you wrong. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You can totally lie about it. Maybe that's evil, diabolical of me to bring up, but I would not be surprised if it happened. Maybe my standards are in the dirt. Maybe my hope in all government is trash, but just staying. Commies don't want to state. Well, yeah, state would be a really bad idea. While it's cool to have something to rally around, I think it's more important to focus on humanitarian efforts than, like, us versus them. Which would make sense. That does seem like a very nice ultimate goal. Okay, we got this. I definitely need more cobble. Let me think. I do have... That is where my mine is. So I'm gonna go clear my inventory. Let's see, do I want diorite for this floor? I know it's gonna look ugly. Okay, that's like mid, but it also hurts my eyes. Why does diorite hurt my eyes? See, moneyless seems extremely nice. Where are we going here? What am I doing? Oh. Not me getting rid of my literal staircase. We're gonna do that. There we go. living on the roof of the villager breeder is really a new low for me, but, you know, someone has to do it. Let's see, that's there. What if I put a roof before a floor on this? Would that, like, ruin all my credibility? Classless, stateless, moneyless society. That sounds nice. I just worry that now that money already exists, it's gonna be a thing and or a problem. That's actually also reflected in Animal Farm, by the way. Mainly because they slowly start reincorporating, like, the idea of money into their society by bringing a human in to sell stuff on their behalf and to broker business deals with the outside to get materials they can't make. Yeah, I mean, money is literally something given value. So, yeah, no, shee that would be extremely important to abolish because it is perceived value. Conceptually, especially in a capitalist society, yeah, it makes sense to have something like money because it's you know, a flexible in between, as if you would, like, it makes it to where you can change one thing into being able to get you another. So instead of, you know, finding someone who wants what you have for what they give, you can just get it in between so that you both can get what you want. But that only really makes sense in a capitalist society. Like, there's no real reason to have that beyond, especially if basic needs are provided for. See, I wouldn't care so much about a capitalist society if the basic needs were already met in said society. Like, if you're doing the capitalist thing for leisurely stuff, I don't really care, okay? But the second it infiltrates basic needs and or survival, there's a problem, because why would you do that? But you never know. There's idiots everywhere. I understand it's a fictional story, but it talks about very real topics. Here's where I get to wonder if that one little dirt seam's gonna throw me mad. I think we can ignore it for now because I am too broke to afford the very cool alternative. Oh my god, it's middle center. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. This is gonna be super cool farm where we're gonna have wheat and we're gonna have stuff like this all around the shack, and then all the villagers are gonna live inside, very happy, very harmoniously. Inhabited or fine, it's been tried, which makes sense. It does though. It's talking about, like, education and how, like, you can abuse that by not educating your society. Like, literally through the entire reading experience, I'm going here, like, this parallels exactly what is going on in my country, in America. Like, the literal education system is tanking. Like, I don't know how it couldn't talk about real topics. Really wrong, and it's everything that has actually happened. I'm so confused because my entire experience reading this book was, oh my god, this parallels everything I've known for my entire life. It parallels that people do just genuinely work themselves to death. Like, my entire reading experience of that book was like, I think I know people like this. Like, I know people who experience this as a laborer, as someone who works, as someone who has lived life. Maybe I have just somehow massively misinterpreted this book, but no, that like literally all I could think of. Sure, maybe it doesn't reflect any huge giant movement. It reflects people who couldn't tell their story, but I know they've existed. Like, I met these people. I have heard the stories of workers doing that. I've met people. I work with people who experience that. Yes, but I know it's a fictional story. I'm not sitting here like Animal Farm happened. There's actually an Animal Farm running right now in this world. No, I'm saying like it does actually reflect a lot of real life experiences. I'm not saying there's an actual like it's just I am not saying there's an actual capitalist or communist society to which has turned up like that. I'm saying that the concepts inside the book are a mixed match of a lot of real things to which do in fact happen. Yeah, of course. I'm confused. Like, what are you saying? Are you saying it doesn't actually talk about and or reflect any real life circumstance? Like, I'm so confused to what you're trying to say. Just don't use a bread and butter when talking about politics. Fictional book story rather than just an actual history book. Okay. What I'm saying is that Animal Farm happens to include a lot of scenarios and or relative material. Like that I'm not saying it's like the guidebook to the universe. I'm saying in my experience of reading it, it helped me like conceptualize a lot of what's been happening in my life as a result of capitalism. Hi, Sarsava. I'm not sitting here going, this is my jam, this is my bread and butter, this is my political thesis. I'm sitting here going, this captures that. This helps me understand that and see it in application as something as ridiculous as animals on a farm. It is the abuse of the everyday person, of someone, of the people who actually work. It shows the process through cartoonish ways of how that happens, of how it gets to that point, of how it can come from intentional things, of how it's taken advantage of how people are taken advantage of. Yes, it's a fictional story. I understand it's a fictional story. But it reflects that. It shows a story to which could happen. Not that it has, and it is definitely mixed match from many different, I guess, versions of event of things that could happen. It's not like an exact timeline, but people are not educated for a specific purpose. People are silenced and threatened to not speak out against political injustice. Like that is a thing that happens 100%. People are overworked. People are misinformed. People are gaslit to be fine with government policies. The general people are shut out from participating in the political democratic process of this country, which if you could even call it democracy. They are shut out from doing that because they have to work. They have to work to survive. It might not be directly for the government. Not everyone's a government worker, but you are still paying income tax. You are still doing these things. Like, it is still a reflection of that. Since I do not have context to a lot of historical events, I have not done my personal studies, this book, which reflects a lot of technical historical things or things that are and or have happened in the world. It's not a direct reflection of, say, one event. It is a mix of a lot of concepts to which do occur. I misunderstand your point. Maybe I do, but I do not know what you were trying to get at otherwise. All I'm saying is that I'm using it because I don't have political context. I don't. I can't reference the War of 1845. I don't know if there was a war then, but I don't have that context, so this is what I can use to communicate. This is the language barrier to which I can use because I do not have that knowledge, that education. Give me a second. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, hold up. What am I doing here? I'm doing this. I'm gonna get like a stream going under here so that I can get goodies. Let's see, this is gonna be where the door is, if you would. We're just gonna put this be birch logs. Why not? Door. Very, very door. We're gonna put 2 doors actually, because upon living with a bunch of villagers, I'm gonna want 2 doors, and it might be best to just install them now. I'll put 1 door back here. It's gonna drive me nuts that these aren't even, but I think I need to work through that anyway, so it'll be fine. I actually have a thing of chicken and mac and cheese, to which I was eating before stream, and I haven't finished it yet. It is still probably good though. I know. I know it's not because Animal Farm says so. It's just the only context I have, because I don't know about the scientific proven stuff. I don't have the context for what specifically scientifically proves it. All I have for me is the context of Animal Farm. That's why I'm talking about it. I know it doesn't prove anything. I just don't have the stuff where it God, I know. What do you think? Do you think this story is? No. What? Why would? Did you think I thought Animal Farm was proving something? No. It's just that is the expression of the stuff. It's not what caused it. It's not what. Okay, I understand I'm an American, but I'm not an idiot. Like. Okay, as I have explained, Animal Farm is my only context to this stuff, okay? I don't have the historical context of the wars, of the stuff that scientifically proves it. The only reason I am referencing Animal Farm is it is because it is my only window into the world for this. Other than my own lived experience, which isn't historical. My own lived experience is not historical. My lived experience is the past not even 2 decades. I don't have past context. My education, due to my state, due to my government, doesn't go that far back. I don't have the nitty-gritty details on Soviet Russia or how or on any of this stuff. I don't. The only context I have is from the fictional story of Animal Farm and the time it was made in. I know it's not true. I know it is fictional. But it is a reflection of the political climate of the time. Is it a real story? No. But it has context to which I think you misunderstand Animal Farm. Am I like stupid or something? I know it's a fictional story and I know it doesn't prove anything, but it is a reflection of the current of when it was written. It is a reflection of that political atmosphere. It's not me sitting here like, this is history. This is something that happened. I'm not. What? I feel like I'm getting Joe baited here because you're treating me like I am sitting here salivating over Animal Farm. No, it was just an intriguing read to which I felt reflect the political climate of that time, which makes sense because it did and it still does. It is still a representation. Is it why that stuff happens? No, I'm not sitting here going, the animals on this farm ran the world. I'm pretty sure it's just criticizing corruption as a whole, but maybe I'm like stupid. I understand that, but my point in it is, in that story, I guess I'm gonna be fucking nerd about Animal Farm. In that story, it does show that some of the revolutionaries were different from each other. Like, obviously, Snowball had a different view of the world, but he got chased out. And it resulted in a regime that was different, and that wasn't what the point was originally, and how it got changed. It showed corruption. It wasn't just nagging, nagging revolutionaries. How do you know Animal Farm reflects actual politics? Because I live in my current country where it seems to be extremely reflective of it. Like, the actual amendments are changing. That is something that happened in Animal Farm. Like, all I'm saying is that the steps and processes to which happen in Animal Farm, to which don't, of course, they don't dictate history. They don't dictate everything that happens. I'm saying that it seems funny, it seems ironic that they reflect that. Hi, buddy, what do you want? Oh my god. It's not me sitting here going, we're gonna fall like... I feel so frustrated and misunderstood, to where my understanding of this book somehow, like, cooks it. Like, I'm not sitting here going, this proves everything. No, I'm just saying, like, from the reading experience, it frustrated me because I saw reflections in my own country and, like, my own life in how this stuff happens. I'm not sitting here going, because Animal Farm, this stuff happened. No, I'm sitting here going, it's frustrating. It's super frustrating that this seems like an unfortunate, like, rep of it. Like, I'm just so confused to what you're getting at here. Like, so genuinely, I feel so baffled that... What? I'm not saying it... And I'm saying it reflects actual politics because that's the current situation. Do you know what's happening in America right now, like, in general? There is an education crisis. There is, what's his face? There is problems with, like, basic health. Greg, why are you eating this chair? What are you doing? What are you doing? There is a problem with representation because, okay, if I go back in history, America was made because they didn't like a tea tax. They broke away from what they considered were oppressors. It was the whole thing. They no tax without representation. They wanted to be represented in, like, their day-to-day, which can, of course, be reflected in Animal Farm. That is something that is thing. They didn't want to not have the fruits of their labors, if you would. They wanted a part of the pie, okay? They didn't want to be taxed without being able to be a part of the democratic process, which makes sense. Awesome, cool. So they revolted, and so they made their own state. They did this whole thing, and they had literal commandments. Okay, there was this whole thing that they have amendments, if you would, laws that they would not be unbroken. And I'm not saying that Animal Farm caused any of this, or Animal Farm is this stuff. It's just Animal Farm reflects shit that I've been through, and that stuff that's happened in my country. I'm not sitting here like, it is the historical books. I'm sitting here like, this is a piece of literature to which reflects and has context of all that stuff. Okay, it's not why it is, it's not how it is, and oh my god, it's so cute. That is a straight up ball. That is a kickball right there. Okay. But that's why I say it reflects politics, because it does. Like, that is, it does. It's not me sitting here going, it is a political thing. Like, thank you, I think, question mark. It's just really, really, really frustrating for that. Like, I felt like I was going crazy because I'm thinking, like, I'm not saying it is a piece of historical stuff. It just reflects that, and that is, I personally do not have all the political historical context that you probably do about the political stuff of the world, and how Animal Farm isn't the only reference. But Animal Farm, as of right now, is one of my only references to it. It's the only not historical, but, like, it is the only piece of literature that I have read so far that so closely resembles the country I've lived in and the things that have been happening in it, to which I have been able to have no say due to not having that education, due to being the age I am, to where I can't even take part in our democratic process, like, effectively at all. You know, you're chill. Oh, yeah, anything. You're fine, bro. Like, you're probably, like, more knee deep in it. I was just frustrated because I'm sitting here like, you're saying I'm misunderstanding. I'm going here like, how could I misunderstand this piece of literature? I thought it was like, I thought Animal Farm made it like so stupid and clear. Because you're sitting here saying like that I'm taking this piece of literature as like super literal, and that this is a historical thing. You made me feel like you were thinking I thought these animals on a farm were a piece of history, that this farm had actually happened, and I'm sitting here like, what? Did I say that? How have I put that across? But yeah, no, I'm I just don't have context to a lot of the major historical things that influenced Animal Farm to be written, of course not as an actual history. Greg, why are you eating this chair? You are eating this chair. So my under of this like Victorian style free chair that I got off the side of the road one day, which I've been using for like years now, is this entire underbed of it, like the weird under mesh that you find on like armchairs or like some of the like chair things, that under just thing of like fabric. Dogs have been chewing for forever, and Greg, well, stop. What the hell, dude? It can't taste good. Hi. Yeah, you are so sweet and such a good boy when you're not eating literally everything. I know you'd eat your shit if you had it available to you. I know you would. You have before. Used by reactionaries who want to preserve capitalists or fight communist revolutionaries. And for liking it, you triggered my trauma. Oh, that's so real. I understand that. I didn't know that Animal Farm was used as that, because during my first read of Animal Farm here, I understood it to be a criticism of capitalism, not communism. To me, it represented it represented the process of corruption and how it happens, and how the capitalists at heart are gonna do that, and how everyday people are taken advantage of by not being given an education or being perceived as stupid or all the above. Like, literally, just like I saw it as not as a tool to criticize communism or revolutionaries. I see it as a reason to fight corruption, to hold each other accountable. Ooh, okay. A big part of Animal Farm is that all the corruption was done by the pigs who were revolutionaries, and they were claiming that they are good people who want everyone to be happy because that's its context. It criticized anti-capitalism and not capitalism. See, I did not view it as that, because in my opinion, the pigs weren't really the revolutionaries, if you would, or at least they weren't the first, okay? Sure, they were some of them, but not all pigs in that were revolutionaries. I guess technically the overall is they were, but not all of them were towards that goal. Of course, they were wrapped into the group for that. I think that can be reflected by how, like, yes, white people are privileged, but not all of them experience luxuries of it, or they don't realize the luxuries, or they were not the ones who put those luxuries in place for, like, race benefits from being white or whatever. Like, they did not intentionally go out and find that kinship, and they didn't purposely set it up to where being white gave them an advantage, okay? I think that can be reflected in that as well. Same with how the pigs in this instance, Snowball was an actual revolutionary. He was trying to do that. Carnation Carnival, hello! We are talking about Animal Farm, I guess not necessarily Animal Farm, but we are having a conversation around the book and, like, our thoughts on it, and how it's, reflects everyday life. I finished the book yesterday, and I had thoughts on it, and so I think I accidentally started an avalanche. Anyways, but we're making a farm today. This is my hardcore world. It's not, we're not very far yet. I'm just trying to beat the game, okay? I've never beat Minecraft before, but I've been playing it for, like, 9 years or something, And I just never went out of my way to beat the game. So we've been playing a hardcore series. This is the world number 10. I died in like literally all the other ones. So this is hardcore world 10. We've got villagers going here. We've got an iron farm in the back that doesn't work anymore. I think when I updated the game, it no longer works, but that's fine. We'll figure it out later. But we're making a house now because I am more of a builder player, so I like making pretty house, and this triggered me because it's not pretty and it's just a cage for my villagers, and you know that's not me, right? I gotta bring back to my roots. Which stands with kind of, it's giving all revolution are hypocrites in real life. See, I didn't take that as that was not my takeaway from the book, if you would. The pigs revolted the human who exploited them, and they replaced him with themselves, who turned to be the new exploiters. See, when you say it like that from like a bigger picture, I understand. But here's my things. I never, in the reading experience, I didn't consider Napoleon or like the in the know pigs as like revolutionaries. I just considered them as the new oppressors, the new people who would benefit from capitalism. And see, I didn't consider them as actual revolutionaries in the stories because they didn't revolutionize it. That's why I said you have to read it again, which makes sense. But even with that context, I'm not sitting here like I need to read it again. I'm sitting here going confused how people would take it that way. I could understand why if you read it in like a speed type race way, or you like stepped back after it and had like a super deep think session about it, you can consider that. But in my reading experience, with the perspective and everything, the pigs were already so far removed, or at least the ones who were influencing government, like Napoleon, the ones who influenced government like that, they already seemed so far removed that I did not consider them actually revolutionaries, because since the start, they were already like tainting history. They were already trying to like bash Snowball, who was an actual revolutionary who wanted to do better for the farm. But Napoleon took advantage of the disparity of like education and the ability to understand that the quote unquote game they were playing by having an advantage in the animal society, by being a pig, by having X amount of level education, by being in the know, if you would. And he took advantage of that. And that, to me, doesn't give that he's actually a revolutionary, because he didn't actually want better for them. And he didn't give them better. In fact, he just kind of gaslit them the whole way. Obviously, it's like years in advance, but that's my perspective on it. He didn't actually want better for them. Snowball did, and then he got rid of Snowball and just kind of gaslit the others, which, like maybe I'm just like not, maybe narratively I'm confused, but I'm just telling you the context of the book. You can look it up. I probably can look it up, but yeah, historical monsters revolted to bring down capitalism, and they promised to free everyone. This was the time the book came out, when the Soviet socialist state was there. Okay, so with the context, with the time it went out. Okay, that makes sense. With the context of reading it into now and like today's age, I didn't take it that way because I didn't have that context. But without that context, I perceived it as like a criticism of capitalism and how people are exploited. Not that the revolutionaries were evil, which, you know, my bad, I guess, but I still perceive it that way, mainly because obviously I didn't read it in that day and age, and with the updated world, if you would, I understand it as that. Maybe George Orwell didn't have that in his heart, but that is how I understand the book. I like to read it or understand it in the context of that one, that one quote of, all pigs are equal, but some, oh, sorry, not all pigs, Christ. All animals are created equal, but some are more equal than others. That is how I interpret the book, like on a broad spectrum, if I had to do one takeaway. Okay, Greg. I believe you. Conceptually. You okay? Are you gonna make it through? There you go, bud. Go. Alright. You going outside, you gonna be free. but how I am interpreting that as, oh my god, he ripped up a shit ton of the random styrofoam back here. Honestly, not surprised. Should have known it when I was asked to watch Greg. But how I'm taking the context of it is you know, a thing. Hold up, I think you're good. Don't worry. George Orwell thought he was brave for speaking out against Soviet Union because at the time everyone loved communism. Good old time, you misunderstanding it. Probably, but I understood it in the context of today's world, not that world. But I don't know. Narratively, to me, it seemed like the pigs were already separate. Like they weren't with the gang. Especially since their first move was to get rid of. Was basically to get rid of their war vet hero. Like, got rid of my dude Snowball and then demonized him the whole time, which to me is, again, just, of course, probably George Orwell didn't mean it like that, I guess, considering it. And did exactly what the human did. Yeah, but that was after they got rid of the actual revolutionary among them. Okay, my only context of this is, or my only narrative perspective of this from my reading of the book was that those pigs weren't actually revolutionaries. They just Civic actual comedy said they would, like, what, eat each other, basically? Is that, like, that? Because the second they kicked out Snowball or started to do those political debates where they just had to be opposing each other just to cause strife, I instantly noted that it wasn't the same anymore. Historically. That makes sense. See, I don't have that context, but I still took it as, okay, the second they got rid of Snowball and or started doing things for not for the interest of all of them or for the interest of an equal society, I instantly noted out that they weren't revolutionaries, obviously. No, actually, I didn't go. Some humans are more equal. Well, yeah, of course, that was a huge, long process. And okay, I crossed out that the pigs were revolutionaries the second they stopped doing things for the interest of everyone. The second they weren't for the windmill. Okay, like that's why I didn't take this book as I didn't take the book as that, because the second they stopped doing things for the better interest, they're obviously not revolutionaries anymore. Yeah, but anyways, I'm not defending the book or George Orwell. He probably didn't have good intentions, especially if it's apparently a knock on communists. But sorry, but after that sounds bad. But I received the book and or understood the book to be a criticism of capitalism, not of communists. But maybe I'm just like bad at reading. Honestly, just sold on maybe it being I'm bad at reading. What's up? Alright, we're back. Sorry, gang. Hold up. I'm gonna go. They never did, and this is why animal farm is ass. Took it as a corruption. Like, that's what I thought it was. Look about corruption. No, it's more than that, and you can look it up. But bro, Orval reported UK communists to the police. Bruh. Damn. That's tough. See, I didn't know the context of that. I don't know, I thought it was just against corruption. I'm like, oh yeah, no, okay, that makes sense. Well, that's depressing. Kind of like the spirit of the book. It seemed to be, you know, capitalism is bad for everyone, especially at the end. That seemed to be the the feeling. Capitalism is bad for everyone, but no, apparently. Well, if it didn't have that historical context, I think I could like let it sit with me, but no, apparently that's ruined it for me. Okay. Oh no, that's okay. Honestly, I probably would be mad too if I hopped in a stream and they instantly triggered me. On politics. I'd be like, God damn, what the hell? Thanks for explaining though, I really appreciate it. I could have gone my whole life without knowing that, and that would have sucked, man. Could you imagine I bring that up at a random book club and I get 8 alive? Gotta get thrown in the sea these times, man. That's how they get me. All good things to know. The political climate of the 1940s was way different than it is now. That, and apparently my literacy level needs to go back to YA. Yeah, see, that's what I took away from it. I'm like, oh wow, it's a book. Oh man. Well, I guess I'll just have to get good. Let's see. I kind of need more cobble, but I don't want to go and get more cobble. So I think we're just gonna we're gonna like trade this rim around here to be deep slate, and then I'll have a little bit more cobble so I can finish the foundation on the inside, and then I don't have to go get more cobble. Yeah. See, I didn't have that context. That's super depressing. See, I was a little suspicious learning about the author because they're like, you know, some rich dude from Europe, who I think, yes, technically went through some stuff, but overall I was sitting here like, what's this guy gonna know? Which maybe that's not nice of me to think and be like, oh, what could this guy know about political strife? This guy got to travel in the 1940s all across, you know, all many places. But, you know, I don't want to hold that against anyone. Maybe he's got some bangers to say. And then I liked, like, the contents of the book. Like, it was well written. So I'm sitting here like, damn, okay, he was on something. So, yeah, well, nice talking to you. I hope you have fun with the rest of your day. I hope your heart rate is, like, a reasonable pace, you know? Because sometimes when you get upset, it goes out of whack, you know? Heart problems are not fun, guys. Back with my mac and cheese. Back into good times. See, at the diner I work at, our mac and cheese is literally bagged, and I don't really know how to feel about it. Like, it is bagged mac and cheese that comes from nowhere in particular, and to prepare it, we literally, like, pop that bad boy in, like, a pot of boiling water, like, in the bag, and then when it's to, like, you know, a reasonable temperature, you just whip it out, and then you scoop it onto a plate, and then you're, like, done. And I just have mixed feelings. It's not bad mac and cheese. It's, like, good. It's, like, a nice creamy. It's, like, it's liquidy, if you would. Which isn't, like, a bad liquidy. Like, it's nice. It's, like, the swirly max, if you would. Like, it's not the elbow. It's, like, the swirly elbow. Do a little double helix energy for a swirly elbow. And it's good. But, like, I'm sitting here, like, People definitely think we like home make that shit, have it in a pot, you know? But no, it's just a bag. You just whip it out and whatnot. The mashed potatoes is like that too. Baked potatoes, we actually have potatoes for that. But I debate every day how, because we probably definitely overcharge for it, right? Like there's no way they're not overcharging for it, and so I get the moral dilemma every day of of whether or not I'm chill with this, but like I kind of need a job and I kind of need money, and it's not a big deal. It's just I'm sitting here like they're definitely getting overcharged for it for what it is, you know. Everyday dilemmas. It's tough out here. Should I yell to the rooftops about how the mac and cheese ain't as fresh as you think it is? Don't take the mac. Okay, let's get going. We shall eat an apple. Starvation about to hit my town. It's gonna be Jover. Okay, let's get these guys in here. I think I'm gonna be in stream in a hot minute, just because I do kind of have other stuff to do. I guess today's is my day off, and I do have a few more hours of nonsense, but sometimes I get tired of like hearing myself talk, right? I think I'll finish this house, get it all nicely decorated, and then we'll get going. But that'll probably take a while for context. If anyone's worried, they're gonna be like, wow, it's gonna be 5 minutes. No, it'll probably be like another hour. But well, you know, I figure I should just let people know that it's not gonna be more 15 years. Okay, is this ugly? Question I ask myself in the mirror every day. Okay, I don't have my doors on me. I don't really need to add the doors yet. That's like a reasonable line of cobble. I have to tell myself that, otherwise I'll be insecure about my line of deep slate cobble at the bottom of my house because I was broke. Let's see, so that's there. What was I about to go get? Was I about to go get... It's probably about to go get doors, but I don't need those yet, so it's not even... Nice. Okay, I think I do want to actually get diorite for, like, the top triangle bit, but I think that's it. I don't think I want to use it for anything else. I'll even use a couple things of calcite and wool in it so that it looks better. Right? That's how that works. We're gonna... do that. That's probably like realistically too big of a roof for our intents and purposes, but it's fine. What if I pull this through? Oh yeah. So pretty. Yeah, it's probably pretty enough. It's from this up close, it's kind of ugly, but that's the life we live. Ugly house, happy life. That's what they always say. Hello, sirs. I was about to try and murmur them. That was not a good idea. I'm glad I rethought that. Okay, the house is coming along. It's looking a little pretty, which is good. That's always good. I think we're gonna have 2 tall windows. I think that'll be super pretty, super nice. And if that's what I was doing, I was gonna make an axe. We're gonna make another crafting table because we have 3. Gotta do a trifecta of them, you know? I think the iron farm is definitely broken to some degree. Do I know why it's broken? Not really. I'm worried that it's not in render, and that's what's happening. Well, that's good. Got something. Stay here for a little while and just like see if they get anything. 'Cause maybe it's not in render. Worst case scenario, I do have another farm that works, so I may just make one of those. Yeah, I fear you can hear all my eating sounds, and that is the last bite I will take of my mac and cheese before I have disappointed myself. That I could just mute, which would probably be a better idea, but I can wait until after cheese to indulge. I'm sorry, bud. I'm sorry. Cap. Let's get all our goodies here. All of the goodies across the land. Nice. I am newly rich with wheat. I'm thinking I want this top thing to be slabs so that it has like a nicer hua, you know? Okay, yeah, no. Okay, yeah, no, I would do that, and I do not have a hoe. Man, I know I should always have one on hand. I was just about to have more mac and cheese and then I remembered I get legally not cool to have that on camera. Granted, I guess not technically on camera, on audio. Okay, I already did that. Definitely gonna need some more oak for this roof, but that's fine. More deforestation as intended. I wonder if they'd ever make a feature where all of those dropped eggs that are just on the floor, if they have like the same amount of chances to hatch whether or not you threw them. So the chickens just multiply by themselves. Thoughts, guys? Thoughts? Gonna have to make an auto hopper system just not to have a million chickens in your world. I think that'd be great. I think that would really encourage gameplay. I am liking this palette though. You got the dark cobble, then you got to the oaks, to the birches. Yeah, yeah. Very, very nice. Can't wait to house 1,500 villagers in this one house. I think that'll be temporary though. I'll spruce up other houses for them, more singular style if you would, with all their professions and whatnot, and then that'll be like a later me problem though. definitely gonna need more, but you know, I have a dream, and that is to not need more when I definitely need more. Oh, to be rich, filthy rich, in Minecraft, in Minecraft, to be rich, oh so filthy rich, in Minecraft, oh to be rich, so filthy rich, in Minecraft, oh to be rich, just filthy rich, in Minecraft, Now I get to be worried if that's a copyright tune somehow. Don't think it is, but you never know. They're gonna get my bro. They're gonna get me singing stupid tunes in Minecraft. That's how I go. Let's get all of these slabs down so that when I inevitably have to drop to make. Oh my god, I have the exact amount of oak stairs. Let's hope I have the exact amount of slabs here. I kind of just estimated. Could we not do that? There we go. Kind of just guessed. Is that I don't think so. It's probably fine. Okay. Obviously, we need a little more. Just a little bit though. Definitely at least 2. So there you go. Nice. I've been thinking, so with matcha flavor, that one data pack that makes Minecraft like reward casual players to where they don't want to like do grind, like because what or may have mob grinders as a concept. Say, I'm debating if I were to, in the spirit of that, only like box iron golems for their goods. Like I actually have to fight them. I don't have a farm. I have to fight them myself. Now, I don't know how reasonable that is. Like, a grand scheme? But, like, that'd be funny, okay? Like, I just have to go into the ring with them every single time I need iron, and probably do that over and over again. I gotta debate how moral that is in the grand scheme of things. Because they're, you know, ancient protectors of villagers. So, like, that's real. How much do I respect that, truly? How much do I respect it to where I would do that every single time I need iron? Probably a lot in like one grind sesh, if you would. I don't know. Maybe it's out of respect I should. Maybe that is the way. Oh, okay, we're fine. This is fine. Alright, what am I doing? I was doing stuff. You're gonna go. I kind of don't like the window, so you're gonna go there. Or I put you in the corner. I think maybe the corner is best. No. Corner. Nice. I don't have glass, I don't think. There's obviously on there, but I don't think I have any. So let's find a thingy of sand. Let's actually harvest all of our sugarcane over here. It's very nice that it actually grows from out there. Really cool stuff. I shall never be low on funds again. I might have to continue this down the coast, because if I want to upgrade any kind of, like, librarian villager, they're gonna want so much paper. So much. this is like a reasonable amount, because just every single time I go mining, I'll just grab some. That or come back for mining, because my mining's that way. Maybe. Maybe. Don't know if I have inventory space for the sand that I need, so we're actually gonna go back up. Oh, look at him. It's so cute. I forgot I don't zoom. I don't have a zoom. I do need to get that one singular stair there. Oh. No, I'm missing a single stair. I knew it was too good to be true to think I had the perfect amount of stairs from my demolishing village days. Granted, I think there's still more houses for me to demolish, but like, you know. A lady is allowed to dream. It is pretty though. I do like that. I have to get more proper paths though, because that's not sorted. Hello guys, let's go. I get to be worried that y'all hear me like drinking water way too much in HD. It's just how goated my mic is. Like there's I don't know why it hears the entirety of the world. Like, you probably hear Stella snoring in HD as well, even though she's across the room. And that's just something I'll never recover from, right? Like, I'll never recover from the effectiveness of my own mic. Okay, let me clear my inventory of stuff. And go grab... What am I grabbing again? Let me breed the animals and then I'll go grab goodies. Goodies being... sand. That was what I was doing. I was grabbing sand. We get all kinds of good stuff in here. Yeah, there we go. Totally normal way to breed all animals trust. Okay. With the inflow of stuff, it's really good. What am I doing? That's... Cool. Awesome. Okay. Check notifications. I'm still full trust. Let me put you back in there. Okay, let's go grab sand. Where is there sand? Is there sand in my local area? I keep forgetting I can't zoom like the mod pack has. And that makes me sad, because that was a really nice zoom. An excellent zoom, if I do say so myself. I love it when a mod pack has a really nice zoom. Really just makes my day, right? Like that just, that is the spirit. Let me see. I don't think I need a ton of glass. I need two panes per window, and I have like minimally 10. So realistically, I need like, I think this might even be enough. But let's get like 32, because that'll be like, you know, nice amount, reasonable amount. Yes, maybe so. Oh, that is copyright. Don't do that. It's a banger of a song though. Okay, I do still need that one single stair. You know, we're gonna take it off the corner of this house. I've been meaning to demolish it anyway. It is pretty though, but keep in mind I need more than that. Okay, we're just gonna, we'll even it out on the other side if I need more. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna be... Okay, there's that singular bit up here. There we go. Awesome. Truly an icon, Stella. Let's see, that is there. Put that for decor. Oh, I had more birch planks. Could use that. Start putting some stuff inside, because I think I'll just live with them. Makes sense. It's a free house. Why not? And we're gonna do this for my own sanity, because with this, when they go in, they'll close the door. Guess one of these is gonna be birch. Should have probably just made both of them birch, but that's fine. I'll live with that. I'll just ignore it for like the rest of time. Put all that down. Put this guy on the other side. We'll put some specialized ones on either side, but that's, you know, even. And we have... I shouldn't put it in the floor, but I'm tempted to put the chests in the floor, because I could have, you know, so many and they wouldn't poke out. It's fine. Just put that there. But yeah, right there, why not? Or by the door. Or one more over. I'm a professional. I'm not at all indecisive whatsoever. Or I could put it on that side and all the chests can be small. No, don't do it. Don't do it. I am saying we'll just... That won't be a window. This won't be a window, so I can have a stack there. We can have those two windows there. This side will be our side, and then all the villagers will have windows, because I believe it or not, do not really need windows. That is not the highest of concern for me at this time. We'll put those in there, and then we shall have riches. Nice. Okay, so let's start grabbing... Food's running a little thin. Just a little. I have wheat, but like, that's not enough wheat. Okay. I do in fact have potatoes, which I don't have planted. Let me put some in like lower crops. Then I shall get more chests. 3 to be precise, 1 to complete that one, and then we have another chest. Nice. But all solids and then like technical non-solids here. Very specific breakup. I just need to like sort them extremely quickly. And so that is how I shall do it. Solid versus non-solid. Very specific, very cool. Kind of solid. Close enough to being solid. I should realistically keep this shield on me at all times. I'm always forgetting I'm in hardcore, which is not smart, but here we are. Oh, I forgot I'm rich in diamonds on this. Forget when did I even get those. Probably the salt mining cave trip, honestly. Just have that be a whole stack, why not? Alrighty. Yep, almost sorted everything in there. Time for another category. We're gonna have plants and food be this very top one. That will separate a ton of stuff. Plants and food. Leaf litter basically doesn't count as food or plants, but it's super annoying, so it's gonna get that place. Okay, that is extremely effective sorting. Look at that, we just sorted literally all of our lives worth. Let's get the glass. Do I want full frames? Or do I want panes? I think I want panes. Or, yeah, I want panes. I'm gonna stop lying to myself. I like panes, they're pretty. One more. There is totally a difference between whole block and non-whole block bare trust. Okay. I do not have them here, so we're gonna sleep, and then I'm going to, in the morning, dismantle this. Be nice. Unoccupy. Unoccupy, if you would. The bed being occupied is the least of my problems. I will still shimmy in it. Is there a chicken in here? There is, and a cat. Alright, good to know. Alright, we're gonna just... Careful not to hit you. Okay, yeah, no, be careful. Okay. Nice. Now let's see, what kind of layout we going for these beds? I'm thinking just like every other situation. Trying to make sure these are like, of course I have one more. Oh, and that's literally perfect. Okay. Slay. Awesome. Okay. I will maybe have to rethink this, or, well, I could just have this many in my house at all times, and the rest of them can, whatever. Let's see. Do I want to, we'll just kind of pop them around, I guess. Keep the librarian in here, and we'll also keep, like, the Fletchers in here. During the workday, though, they can, like, leave and go do other stuff during the stuff. Let me get this bell moved elsewhere so that they can, so they won't go too far for activities. We'll make it where their meeting area is, like, right here. Yep. I'll make it cute later, but, like, you know, that's, you know, it's cute that they have somewhere to be. And my hands are super itchy. Not great. Okay, that's, we'll just put these on either side. Nice. Okay, now I think it is time to free them. You're free to leave, buddies. Nice. Aw, look at him. He is doing such a good job. Hello, sir. Alright. Ah, of course the nitwit's there. Well, they are all free now, which is really good. And now I'm gonna get a ton of cobble. Huge win, guys. That's the true reason why I needed to give them their own housing. I just needed a bunch of cobble, a bunch of andesite, and all the dirt back. Totally need so much dirt. Totally. Sir! Leader me problem. Such a leader me problem. I'll just have to hope I can get him out later. Yeah, I don't know if this works anymore. I do not know why, particularly. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. I think it's just those accidentally coming down. I think it's due to the update. Do I know exactly why? No. I think I'm gonna have to get... Oh, fudge. Knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, well, okay. Really, guys? 2 of them in there now. Okay. I'll fix it in a minute. We'll get livestock and a better thing. Could y'all not trample the crops? Okay. Alright, it's looking way nicer. Huh, here I was thinking we needed the meeting things at noon. Not at right before sundown, but yeah, it's probably fine. Yeah, but the pressure plates are so that whenever they go in, they like instantly close. It's for me too, so that when I go in, they instantly close. It's very useful. Let's see, let's get some... Probably need more beds, but not right now. What's the situation? I will make more when I have more houses to put them in. Decided we are going to be a reasonable leader and or villager person. Y'all, they figured it out. Yeah. Look at that. They figured it out. Okay, so they are just idiots. Of course the nitwit would be the one doing this. Christ. Okay. Jesus. Okay, well that brings up concerns. Just gonna do that for now. That'll probably fix it. Cats, food, and plant go up there. I'm already forgetting my own rules. What the heck? I think I'm gonna say counts as food. Look at them. Oh, we're missing 2. Oh, those 2. Yeah, that would do it. The dude's in the freaking animal pen. Yeah, of course I'm missing 2. Okay. Let's get... Does it really think... do I just not have that as a recipe? Wonder what it takes to unlock certain recipes, because... Maybe it's because I don't think... No, I've definitely made fences, because I have one for that, but maybe I didn't make that. Maybe it was from, like, one of these. Alright, so we're gonna make a new well. Make that over here, and then we're gonna flatten this out a little bit more. Get a bunch of my dirt. Nice. Alright, let's get a PEM going. I think I want this to be flat. Alrighty, then we're gonna get pen going for sheep and cows. We'll have this be like a path, if you would. So that I don't even care about. Yeah, and we're gonna get some fancies. Or well, like gates. You know what I mean. Gate or two. Bruh. These hoes ruining the land? Make these stairs. Or slabs. I think I'll do stairs so that they will stop jumping on the crop when they go down from this ledge. Because they keep doing it. And you know why I know? Because I see the crops that are smushed. It's not good. Bruh. Stop squishing yo crops, bro. We're gonna put... Could you, like, move, sir? There. They probably can... I don't think they can pathfind around it. I don't want them to be able to pathfind around that, because then they'll stop jumping on the frickin' crops. Bruh. They're idiots. All of them. Okay, there we go. There you go, bud. Pat, pat. You'll do great things, trust. Okay, and we're gonna get those to become stairs and slabs. I think I'm gonna do a mix just so that I don't have to use as many stairs, because I am not that rich of cobble, dang. Not that rich. For the pillars, I will do stairs. The rest will do slabs, because then they'll stop jumping from them. Nice. Perfection. Alright. And I am once again broke. Broken food. Gonna make it through. I know I have sticks. There we go. Okay. Gonna have to make another one. I don't have my iron on me. Ain't that nice? One, two, three, four. Steps to make a shovel. Alrighty, I think this is gonna be the end of stream. Been here for quite some time. Hopefully I'll be streaming more lately. Get my shee together, you know what I mean? But it was nice hanging out. He was talking about books, even though I clearly misunderstood the context or the historical context around the period when Animal Farm was written. But you know, that's alright, I guess. Question mark. I am now educated in the context around that, which is nice. That's good. I like knowing things. That's always cool. But nice hanging out. I will see y'all next time. I'm glad these guys have a better house. Hopefully the animals will have one next time too. Yeah. Anyways, bye all.